language, depictions of fantasy violence, and law enforcement officers as protagonists. Viewer discretion is advised.
In the ancient city of Absalom, each of its 11 districts is patrolled by separate yet equally important guard units. The recently rebuilt Precipice Quarter is home to the members of the newly formed Edgewatch. These are their stories.
Oh, just kidding. Why do I always do that?
That is a baby.
Yep, that is a baby. Sorry, 50 things at once. We're live.
There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back for the third installment of our Absalom and Order Twitch show. My name is Matt. I'll be your GM on this show. You may recognize my voice as Twin Talon on the other show, and you might enjoy my actions more on that show as well, especially if you are one of my castmates. I hope you all have an idea of what your next character is going to be. In any case, my pronouns are he and him.
My name is Brent. I play Renell on this show, and both me and my characters' pronouns are he and him.
My name is Haya. I play Nisreen on this show. I play Brianna on the Cracked Eye podcast, and all three of our pronouns are she, her.
Hello, my name is Pete. I play Pythagoras, the Kobold Cleric, and both of our pronouns are he and him.
My name's Sean. You may recognize my voice as the GM on the podcast, where it's much easier to not kill. Well, yeah, where it's much easier not to be killed. I play Ret on this game, for this session at least. We'll see how this goes, if Matt has his way. And my pronouns and Ret's pronouns are both he and him.
Okay, so that's all of us. So as always, we have a charity which will be benefited if you donate any bits or subs to our stream. For the month of October, our charity is the Special Olympics. If you don't know, the Special Olympics delivers high-quality training and competition in an inclusive culture. Through sports, the Special Olympics allows people with and without intellectual disabilities to play on the same field. So, again, anything that you donate in the month of October, a portion of that will go to support the Special Olympics. Okay. And so, as we did last week and we're going to do in the future, I want to get one of the characters' perspectives as to what they think happened last Twitch stream. Pete, let's go with you. What's Pythagoras' journal sound like?
Dear Diary, thud. Dear Diary.
Checks out.
Absalom's my beat, Diary. Absalom's my beat, and today I was walking it. After we all encountered all that mess earlier in the day, we didn't think we'd have much more to walk through, but understand that there's a thin gray line known as the Agents of Edgewatch that holds back the city from any moment erupting into chaos. Apparently, 2 goblin vendors got into a spat over pickles or frying or franchises. I don't really recall the exact details, except in the brawl with each other, they lit some stalls on fire, which nearly spread into some barrels of cooking oil. We sprang into action and quickly diffused the fight, as well as put out the fire with some of the nearby merchants. We let them off with a warning for now, having made them aware that they'll be brought to consequences should this happen again. We headed back to the barracks afterwards to file our reports for the day, and our sergeant came up to us almost in a panic. He informed us bedlam had broken out in one of the quarters as some animals had broken loose from a local menagerie. Want to know something about fantastic beasts and where to find them? Well, I'll tell you, Diary. Sometimes you don't want to know. There's a moment in every man or dragon or kobold's life when they're looked upon to reach deep down inside themselves, to see that keep or castle in front of them, and their sergeant orders them to take that wall manned by archers, spearmen, and vats of boiling oil. Well, this day, that fortress we were to storm was the local zoo, and the archers and spearmen were rust monsters, cockatrices? I'm not sure about the pluralization in past tense, must look that up later, and other exotic beasts. Diary, let me tell you this. We did not take that wall. I mean, I mean, we got in close proximity to that wall. We may have even started to scale it and get into position to take the wall. But I'm getting kind of heavy with the metaphors here. And really, long story short is that we're not prepared for this situation at all. And we walked right into it. I mean, it could be that a lot of us were heavily concussed after the fighting, but I don't remember a whole lot of the details of the fight. I mean, I was unconscious for parts of it. But let's just say that while we stemmed as much of the tide as we could, we did not succeed in containing all or even many of the creatures. I mean, that thin gray line is some days all that stands between the citizens of Absalom and the dangers that lurk in the city. You'd like to think a trip to the zoo would be nothing but walking around in wonder, perhaps enjoying some rock candy or popcorn with your family. Diary, let me tell you, the zoo is no walk in the park, believe you me. Pythagoras.
That
All
was
right.
amazing.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right. So with that, let's roll the footage.
Give me 2 seconds to stop the music, and here we go.
Okay.
Wait. Hang on. It's deciding to not want to. There we go. All right, we should be back now. Hopefully.
Okay. Okay, great. So, technical difficulties aside, let's get into the action. So, as you heard Pythagoras say, there was a scuffle at the zoo, or a kerfluffle at the zoo, and our heroes have definitely gotten themselves in a bit of a pickle, and not just a fried kind. So, where we left it, Nisreen was scolding an owlbear.
Was not.
Or a large, fuzzy, owl-faced creature. Probably a bugbear. It's unclear. Nobody's made any checks. And when I say made, I mean succeeded at. Lots of dice have been rolled. No one has made any checks to figure out what any of the animals are. So you watching out there, you're probably pretty familiar with them. I think the players themselves are probably pretty familiar with them, but the characters have no idea. I'm pretty sure we had a feather-faced lobster and a perfectly normal giant rooster.
Yep.
That is the things that we've discovered. So when we last left, Nisreen had scolded that creature.
I did
and rolled a
not,
natural
actually.
20 at that. What's that?
I did not scold it. I don't think. I remember trying to gently move into the room, and I picked up a head of lettuce, and I rolled to try and pacify it, if memory serves.
Okay. You know, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Trying to get the owlbear to calm the fuck down.
Okay.
As it's rampaging through this shop. Now, the way the adventure is set up, that's not really an option. However, I do think that ingenuity should be rewarded, and sometimes rolling a natural 20 should just feel good, right? It shouldn't just be like, well, that's nice, but no. I'm a big fan of don't say no, determine difficulty, right?
Right.
I learned that from a Shadowrun 2nd edition book, and it's stuck with me ever since then, from 1820 or whenever that was. So I'm very old. So I'm going to say that it is the owl. Well, I'm not going to say it is the owlbear's initiative. They have a 27 initiative, And rather than rip your face off, which is technically what it should be doing, the owlbear kind of roars at you a bit, but takes the head of lettuce out of your hand, kind of sniffs at it, throws it down, and goes back to ravaging the melons in which it is currently engaged in doing. The person behind the door to your south does not seem particularly pleased that the owlbear is still doing that in their shop, but the owlbear is at least not attacking anyone at this point. It just seems very content to eat these melons.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Now, the, let's say, progenitor of chaos that is this fight, Dr. Ret Renkaz. It's your turn.
Well, I believe that I am right by a doorway. Am I correct in saying that?
No, I mean, can you see the map? You are definitely not. You are next to a wagon. There is a like statue of a monkey reaching through the bars.
Oh, that's right. Those are bars. That's not the door.
Correct. And there is a giant normal chicken next to you.
Right. That's right. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, I believe the word is run like hell. To try and lure this perfectly normal chicken to follow me. So I'm going to move around it. Hopefully it does not act quickly. So I'm going to take a 5-foot step. What's my speed? Oh my goodness.
Now called a step.
Yes. I'm actually going to keep moving. I'm just going to do a full move action. 5.
Okay.
15. 20. Now I'm by the doors, right?
Yes, you are by the doors to a wagon in which a bunch of animals are freaking out.
Great. And it's opened or closed?
It is closed and locked, which is why the animals are still inside and have also not fled out into the city. That thing you are trying to stop.
Yep. So my second, finishing that move to here.
Okay.
Now I can see this other wagon and this other bar window thing, right?
Correct, you can.
Do I see a creature reaching through there frozen as stone as well, or just...
No, the only one that is actually kind of stuck in place, or is a statue, since there's no reason to think anything would have happened to this poor monkey, is the one you were just at. So at the place that you are, I'll just read the description again. Various creatures fill these rolling cages. Many of them have howling and agitated behind bars of their enclosures. A statue of a monkey leans out of one cage, stone arm extended between the bars. That's the one that you were just at. I mean, there are like labels on the cages, and you can kind of look in there and see what the creatures are, but I don't know if that's a thing you want to take time to do right now as you're running for your life.
No, I'm just trying to find an empty place to like lure this chicken.
Yeah, these carts are all full.
And sorry, Sean doesn't remember. Was there anything in this cage that I noticed when I ran in right through the gates here?
So that is the ticket booth.
That's right.
Again, the description for that one was a 10-foot-high wooden fence surrounds the menagerie proper, enticing passerby with colorful murals of fantastic beasts. The gateway of the main entrance is devoid of doors. An arch featuring a cartoon of a rust monster wearing a top hat, flanked by the words, Knight's Marvelous Menagerie, Home of Rusty the Rust Monster. An abandoned ticket kiosk, which is that thing you just pinged, stands just inside, behind which sprawls the zoo's manicured lawn and meandering dirt paths. To the northeast, a windowless wooden building with 2 distinct wings defines the far side of the menagerie grounds, while a variety of wagons fill the south end, and a few smaller structures stand to the north. In the center is also that penguin habitat, where you saw the one penguin freaking out, standing on the tallest rock there, amidst a pool full of feathers and blood.
Yeah, I want to take care of that, but I have this chicken problem. So I really don't know where to go, guys. Like, I can just keep running and trigger more events. Do we want to do that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I don't want to like fight the normal everyday chicken.
Why?
Because I would feel bad for the zoo here if, you know.
I mean, you can do non-lethal damage.
Oh,
You are a
that's right, I
trained
can.
member of Edgewatch.
I can knock it out. All right.
Mhm.
I keep forgetting I can do that.
You don't have to murder everything. That's not the
Right.
name of the game.
No, it's not. I think Ret has a bigger problem with zoos in general, being a rat folk himself, but that's besides the point at this moment. So Ret is going to step up with his second action as he ran past it, and third action, he's going to punch. Yep, he's going to take it, ball up his little rat fist, and try and punch the perfectly normal chicken. To knock
I'm
it
sure
out.
this is going to go fine.
Oh, it's going to be great. 14.
So a 14 is not going to do it.
Okay.
So
I
you
see.
swing at the chicken to little effect.
And then he looks scared because now he's face to face with this perfectly normal chicken. That's the same size as him. Actually, probably bigger because he's small and it looks medium.
That's a good question, actually. I don't know that I described it. This creature is technically small.
Oh, great. So we're on even footing. We're the same size.
Right, but it's a 3-foot tall chicken, right? It's enormous for a chicken,
Oh,
but it
absolutely.
is a small creature, if you will.
Yep. Any chance we're going to get hero points at the start of this session, or no?
That is a great call there. So I'm going to recall that one and deal 1 to everyone. Okay. There we go. All right. Not me. I don't get one.
Unless people want to be real mean to us and throw some
Yes.
bits
Throw some biddies
at you.
at me.
Please don't.
Okay. So, yes, 1 hero point each.
I'm not going to spend it because even if I did roll higher than a 15, I'm probably not going to hit. So.
Okay. So, next up is the perfectly normal large chicken.
Perfectly normal large chicken.
It will make its... It will kind of squawk in your face. It didn't appreciate you swinging at it. And it will beak at you.
Beak at me.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Is this correct? I feel like it's not correct. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
For 1 damage.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. I can take 1 damage.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Also, make a fortitude save.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Here we go.
Does a 6 do it?
Oh!
Would you maybe...
Oh,
First of all,
no.
Would you maybe like to
Okay.
use your hero point?
So since
I'm
a
not saying
6
you
does
should.
not,
I'm just
does
asking.
not make it, there's my hero point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me try again. There we
There
go.
we go. Yeah.
Natural 20, 24.
Nice. So,
Hopefully that will make it.
what do you guys think about a little gamble?
Oh, jeez.
Yes, let's let it ride.
Okay.
Depends.
Here we go. Thank you, Sean, for playing along with the thing I was going to do anyway. I'm going to say that if you guys spend a hero point, and in the off chance you roll a natural 20, it's not expended. You get to take it back.
Ooh,
However,
I like this game.
the flip side of that is if you have multiple hero points and you use one and you end up with a natural 1, I take an extra 1.
Oh man.
I have a gambling problem, so I'm down.
Okay, sounds great. I'm going to deal 1 to Sean.
It's good to admit your weaknesses.
Yeah,
Ah,
nothing wrong with
at
that.
least we're currently up on the house, so I'm all right with it.
It's true, and with only 1 hero point, you can't actually lose a second one,
Yeah.
right? So there is some there. If I'm nice
I
enough to
mean,
give you a
what's the
second
worst
one.
that can happen?
No, don't say that.
And with that, the pecking continues. Does a 10 hit you?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. And for the third attack, how about a 7?
Ooh, that would be a regular miss.
Yes, because a 17 was not a
Circle hit.
was a hit. Was a hit. So, yep. Okay, so you get pecked for 1 damage. Joints feel a little stiff for a minute, but you're fine. And we will move along. Raynell.
I'm going to ask for a penguin fact.
You'd have to go in the
Actually-
penguin enclosure to get one of those, but I will ask you to roll 2d8 plus 5.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
2d8 plus 5. What could it be? Nobody knows.
It's probably fine.
Okay, you recover 14 health,
Oh, wow.
which I think is more than you actually have. So blood shoots out of your eyes as the healing continues.
Good lord.
I assume. I don't know.
Is that at the beginning of my turn or at the end of my turn?
That's actually before your turn.
Before my turn. Okay.
Yes. So your eyes kind of blink open, and you see the blacksmith who was in this, who was basically being cornered by the feather-faced lobster, kind of standing over you, or crouching over you, holding a vial in his hand, and he's kind of shaking you. He's like, hey, are you awake? Wake up.
I'm like, I want to go! Just like, eyes spring open, just like I go, it's just jolted awake.
Okay. He's like, I always keep these in the shop in case there's a burn or something. I had one, but I'm sorry, I can't be any more help. I appreciate all you guys did, but you're on your own for now. And he will scamper off. So it is now your turn. You are prone.
Okay. Remind me again how minions work. I can spend 1 action to give him 2. Basically, I can make him
Correct.
do something, and he can do it for 2 actions.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to use my first action to command Titan, my raven. I'm
Mhm.
going to give a command to help Ret. And then with my other 2, it's 1 to get up, right?
Yep.
So 1 to get up, and then I am going to come in here because there's a lot of noise coming in from in here, and I think I heard my party member and squeeze this door and be terrified immediately.
Okay.
Without an action, can I get a knowledge check? Or call knowledge check?
No,
Nope.
for second edition, you're given an extra action every round, but knowledge checks do
Okay.
consume actions. What you do see is a large furry creature who is who seems pretty calm actually. Nisreen is kind of standing over it, palms out, and it's kind of holding melons kind of like protectively from you as it's eating them. And there is a woman from this door down here who is shouting to get that creature out of my shop, save me and my melons. But you're not really sure from her tone whether or not which of those 2 things she's more concerned about, saving her own life or her shop. It's kind of a toss-up.
So melons are definitely third, though. It's shop in life, then the melons.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure I got the priority straight.
Okay.
All right. And then Titan, I believe, has 25 movement. Fly.
Okay.
So 5, 15, 20, 25.
He can fly over the fence. Yeah.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he's flying over here to try to help Red out.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Cool. After that, it's the feather-faced lobster's turn. He seems to be devouring some things, searching for niblets in the grass.
Niblets.
Pythagoras, you're up.
Pythagoras will yell out, and I won't yell myself, not to belabor that, but Agents of Edgewatch, form up. We need to focus our fire and quit splitting our offensive. And I'm going to fire a divine lance at the chicken.
Okay. $18.
That's what it looks like when it hits.
Mhm.
That's not a hit.
Ooh.
We really, really need to focus our offensive.
Big woof. Okay.
I'm sorry. That's an 18, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that looks like it hits the chicken, but it just kind of, you're not sure if it's the sheen on its feathers, probably something about water resistance. You've heard something about birds and water. You're not sure, but it does glance off and does not seem to affect the creature in any way. I believe you still have one action left.
Yeah, I've got one extra action. I'll actually use recall knowledge regarding nature, or is it something else that would these things be under?
The big chicken would be nature.
Meh.
Good. At least we're consistent. With
Yes.
an 11 nature, yeah, definitely just a much larger than normal chicken. It's probably on display as almost like a freak show type thing. Like, look at our giant chicken, rather than being a specific otherworldly or bestial creature.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Nisreen, you're up. This owlbear seems very content to just eat these melons and be left alone.
I'm gonna do a
I'm sorry,
stupid.
this large furry creature.
I'm gonna do a real stupid. Cool. So, are there any melons still on the floor, or does the creature have them all in their arms?
You can probably find one.
Is it within arm's reach?
Sure. Why not?
Cool. For my first action, I will pick up one of the melons
Okay.
and show it to the creature. Look at my partner in hopes that he will actually follow me on this. Is the door still open?
I would have not
Yes.
closed the door.
Excellent.
Yeah, the doors didn't close. I don't think anybody closed it when you guys went in.
I'm going to run with it now, hoping the creature will follow me to get the last melon.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20. I think I have a 25 movement speed. Let me just double check.
I think you're wearing hide, so it's probably 20.
You are correct. Okay, then I will move again as my final action.
Okay.
5, 10, 15. Oh, hello! Hello, friends! What's going on down here? And I think that would be my turn.
I
You
think
have
the
one
chicken's
more
gonna eat a
square.
rat.
I have one more?
You have one more square.
There you go.
All right. So you come around the corner. Pythagoras says he thinks the chicken's going to eat a rat. And sure enough, as you look through the open gate, you can see this chicken, which is the size of Ret Renkaz. He and this chicken squaring off.
Cool.
Him bare knuckle boxing, apparently, this overly large chicken.
Yeah, except there is a giant furry bird thing chasing me, so this was a great idea to come down this way. And that'll be my turn, I suppose.
All right. So that brings it to the giant
I can't see, unfortunately.
avian ursine creature, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
It sees Raynell in between it and this melon which just ran away.
Sorry, Renell.
And it screams a blood-curdling screech just right in your face. Let's see. Let me get my measuring tape out. Okay. So that would be Raynell, Titan, Pythagoras, and Nisreen. I need you all to make will saves.
Oh boy.
Is it like trying to trample over them? What, like?
It is currently it's just screaming.
Oh,
It's screeching like it's owlbear mating season.
Boy.
So I rolled a 13.
All right.
I rolled a 10.
And I rolled a 15.
All right. So none of you succeeded. Also, what did Titan get?
Oh, Titan.
It was also in range. It's just an auditory effect, not an auditorium effect. That's a different thing. It's just auditory. So if you are within a certain distance of it, you'll be affected by this. Luckily, Ret is just out of range.
I thought I'd throw some owlbear noises in there.
Actually, never mind. Ret, you are in range.
Oh, boo.
I guess I thought you were in a different spot. We're going to need that too. 14. Cool.
15.
All right, Brent, do you know what Titan's will save is there?
I think it's just a +5.
All right. Let's roll a d20 plus 5, see what he gets. Will saves, right? So I will say that no one has succeeded yet. Except for the bird. The bird is fine.
Cool. You will be the new agent of Edgewatch.
The only one who survives.
There you
Okay.
go, Matt.
All right.
Oh, yes!
All right. So no different.
12.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you succeeded, which would be Titan, Titan is frightened 1.
Oh, shit.
If you failed, which is the rest of the group, you are frightened 2.
Can we go over what Frighten does?
Absolutely. Sean, what's frightened do?
Frightened is you are gripped by fear and struggle to control your nerves. The frightened condition always includes value. You take a status penalty equal to the value to all checks and DCs. Unless specified otherwise, at the end of each of your turn, the value of your frightened condition decreases by 1. So everything for us is -2.
Got it.
Yep, and if you have spell DCs, those are also -2. But at the end of every turn, it goes down by 1. So it's kind of a temporary self-ridding penalty. Okay.
Well, I guess we don't know if the cockatree or the giant chicken is frightened.
That's true. You don't know that. I know that, but you don't. All right. And at that point, it's going to start moving. It's going to get up with its first action, or its second action, I should say. And then with its third action, it's going to be running after that melon. Got to get them melons. So 1, I'm going to say 2, 3 as it pushes past Raynell. Unless you're going to stop it, it's going to keep going.
I'm not. If
Great.
it was a go limp action, I would go limp.
Okay. Going boneless.
Hang on,
So
see.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So basically, it's going to stop here. It just gets out the door, and its head is on a swivel looking for that melon, and it will see it. It is very interested in the melon you have stolen from it. It thought you were cool, Nisreen. It
Sorry.
thought you were cool.
I am.
Speaking
cool.
of, we thought you were cool. Ret Renkaz, you're up.
No, never thought that. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Tell us.
I heard my friend yell out, "Hey, regroup." And I'm like, that's a good idea. Maybe we should. So my first action is to draw my short sword.
Wait, your short sword that you threw away?
I didn't. Oh, I did. Okay. I'm going to draw my sap. Ha!
Get your hands sticky in it.
Yes.
I'm then going to swing the sap at the normal chicken.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And is that with the -2 or without the -2?
That is without the -2, so an 8.
Oh, cool. So you're gonna need to draw one of those blue
Oh
cards.
no.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
All right.
It's a crit.
This is melee.
Fail. Yes.
I am flat-footed until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Oh
So-
jeez.
Let me just add flat-footed
So that-
onto my character sheet.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, you take a -2 to your AC. I know that much because my character in the other game is a rogue, so I'm very familiar with what flat-footed does.
Flat-footed. Love it.
And
All
for
right.
your second action?
No, that
I'm sorry,
was my
your
second
third.
action.
Your third action.
My third action is I'm going to fall back to where my friends are.
Okay.
Because that's what I was told to do. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to not fall back right in front of them so that they have like line of sight to said mean creature, but
Okay.
And
I'd
my
like you to
frightened-
also make a perception check.
okay, and my frightened condition drops by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Perception.
Okay.
You
hear
that's a
some
13.
13. You hear some strange sounds coming from the north. I did mention this last time, but I don't remember if you remember that, so I'll repeat it. There is a sound like like that coming from that direction.
Okay.
How did that go again? Right. Got it.
It's pretty close. All right, and that's the end of your
Does
turn.
it sound so does it sound like it's coming from an animal or a humanoid, a human type creature?
I gave you a free perception check, so you don't get
Okay.
anything more than that.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. At that point, it's Chickadee the chicken's turn.
Quick question for you regarding Chickadee the chicken.
Mhm.
That owlbear scream, did that affect the chicken at all?
Ooh.
I know whether or not it affected the chicken.
Okay, just double checking. Well, do we see any, does it recoil or does it do anything with regards to the presence of the scream?
It doesn't. It doesn't seem like it affected it. One little -1.
Fair.
And you can take from that what you will. So, Chickadee the chicken has a speed Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. For its second action, it will step up to the streets, yes, and it will attack the rat.
All right, and I am flat-footed right now.
24.
That will be a critical.
Jeez.
And again, all of these characters are named.
Of course they are.
Well, they're all like circus acts. They all have a name. Let's see. Is it piercing? Yes, it's piercing. Cheek pierced. So this chicken pecks at your face, Ret, and actually like pokes a hole in the side of your mouth.
Good lord.
I think, thank
pokey
goodness
beak.
I didn't take cheek pouches.
Yeah, right? The other effect, I don't think it will affect you really, is the target must succeed at a flat check DC 5 to cast spells with a verbal component until healed. I don't really think that's a big deal for you.
No.
It could have been worse for other people.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, it
let's-
didn't give me damage on that. So
Yeah,
it's
how
still
much-
double damage.
Yeah. That's the part I'm not looking forward to.
So it did not roll max damage,
That's
but
good.
doubling this damage that it did is 6 damage.
Oof. You hear Ret cry out in pain.
The chicken thinks you're making fun of it with that noise.
Yeah, I'm sure. Do I need to make a fortitude save as well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to need to make a fortitude save.
Teacher, you forgot to give us homework.
19!
It was coming. That's a fail.
What?
You
No.
are now slowed 1.
This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Slowed. So for everyone who doesn't know what slow does, I have whatever, it always comes with a status number, so slowed 1. I lose that number of actions on my turn. At the end of my turn, I recover by 1, unless there is a time duration on it. Is there a time duration?
I guess we'll see.
All right, well, I'm going to put slowed 1 on here.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like Pond Watcher from our other game. I'm just trying to collect all the statuses.
Yes. All the status penalties for you. Okay. So that brings it to Raynell's turn.
So I realized I might have made a mistake last turn, and because I was also slowed from the cockatrice. So did it wear off last turn for me, or am I down to 2 turns, 2 actions?
You're actually fine. In the time it took you to wake up,
Okay.
you're okay.
Then I'm going to try to identify the Earth sign avian. Is that arcane?
That is actually nature.
Ah, I'm so good at that.
Hmm?
Nailed it.
You know for a fact with your 2 nature that this is just how owls are. Eventually, if they get old enough, see, mostly what people see in the wild are young owls. But if they're left in large enough enclosures or large enough space, and they get enough age on them, it's like rings on a tree. Eventually, they turn into these giant owls. And that's all this is. It's just a normal giant owl, but it's got to be very old to be this big, which is probably why it was on display in the first place.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna yell out to my party. Give the melon to the chicken. Don't fight the battle that they can fight between themselves.
This is all.
And then where is this fruit vendor?
She seems to be hiding behind the door to the southwest of this room that you are in.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here and attempt to help her. because there's an owlbear between me and my party, and I'm not dealing with that.
Weird.
Clever girl.
So I'll come over here, and then I'll open the door. And I'll be like, hey, it's me, it's the agent. I'm a member of the Agents of Edgewatch. Let me in.
You do not open the door. It is
Okay.
it is barricaded from the inside, and it opens maybe like 2 inches, so you can see her face. And she's like,
Okay.
"I'm not letting you in here. You stay out there and save my job. Do your job."
It's gone. We can run. You can leave.
I can still see it. It's in the doorway. Are you really a police person? You don't seem to be.
Yes, I'm really the police, and I flash her my badge.
Oh boy. All right. So that's 2 actions. What are you gonna do for your 3rd action? You could command Titan again.
I will command Titan begin to help with the chicken.
Okay.
And so he's going to... Can he fly over this building here?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So he'll come...
But if he's on top of the building, he's not nearly close enough to the chicken to hit it.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, I don't know what you're doing, but it's... The chicken's 3 feet tall. The building is sized for, like, people.
He'll come around behind.
Okay.
And then he'll still be up in the air because he doesn't have enough room to get down and attack. So he's not going to just hover next to the chicken and get devoured.
Interesting. All right.
He'll be there to help in the future.
All right. You hear some clicking sounds coming from the north as our favorite top-hatted rust monster snuffles through the grass for the last of the iron. And that will bring it to Pythagoras. Pythagoras, you're up.
The cages look like they have iron bars, right?
They do.
Oh, cool. All right, excellent. Well, he might be busy then. That's good. So...
Creatures.
We've been outflanked! What are you all doing to me here? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be my move. And then I'm gonna fire off another divine lance at the giant chicken thing.
So you're doing it through the bars of the through the fence?
Pretty much, yep.
Okay. $18. I think that's what you got last time.
Yep.
Yeah, I did. I'll use my hero point this time to try to re-roll that, because I mean, like, it don't really help in the event that someone's dead or something like that. So
Sure.
let's re-roll that.
Not as good.
It rolls.
But I will need you to give up that hero point.
Yes. Boom. Well, boom, boom. Oh, there we go. There it goes.
Okay.
And I'm done.
So, yep, it goes whizzing over the head of Ret and the chicken, just under Titan, and splashes against a nearby cage. Okay. Next is Nisreen.
Pythagoras, what are you doing running towards... you know what? She will... She's a hand-to-hand combatant. She's got strong hands. Oh. She will see if she can open the melon.
Okay. All right.
Is that a strength check? I don't...
She just grips the melon. Give me an athletics check.
I mean, she can do it between her thighs if you want her to. But,
athletics. Crushing it like a man's skull.
That's right. How's a 13?
No.
All right, you know what?
Hardness of a melon.
You know what? Take my hero point, wherever it is.
Oh.
I want this to work so badly. Take it.
All right.
Athletics again.
Athletics, yes.
What?
15.
Not much better, I'm guessing.
But 15 is enough.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how much better as long as it's the right amount. So 15's enough.
Cool. She will then, as her next action, I'm guessing the owlbear, sorry, the fuzzy, the feathery ursine is looking right at her.
Yes.
Um,
Its foamy black mouth is licking its lips.
Perfect. Then she will move 5, 10, 15, drop a few seeds. 20, and then keep dropping seeds, and then as her final action, hurl the melon into this enclosure.
Into what enclosure?
Chicken.
Just this general direction. I just want it in the zoo
Toward the
for
water?
now. Sure, towards the water.
I'm
Maybe
just
not
asking where
at
you're
the
pinging.
water.
I didn't
Oh.
see it.
Just like in this general direction,
Towards
just
the penguin
inside.
facts.
Sure,
Okay.
towards the penguin facts.
Sure. So give me a, let's just say, attack roll, whatever your ranged attack would be.
Okay. Let's. I guess it
Or
would
just-
be as
Just
if I
roll
would
an
be thrown a.
unarmed- Yeah, dagger would be perfect. So 14, perfectly fine. You get the melon here. The melon halves.
I mean, I'm guessing there's like. I'm guessing there's like seeds and meat chunks kind of like spraying in that general direction. Hopefully the chicken will get the scent and also head there.
The chicken doesn't seem too worried about it. It's more interested in this ratty-faced rat that it's pecking at.
Cool.
But you're pretty sure the large overgrown owl and or fuzzy thing will definitely be interested in your melon. All right.
Oh.
Racing. All right. That brings it to our favorite giant overgrown owl's turn. And it will move. What's that?
As Pythagoras is moving towards it, it's coming towards him.
Hey, I'm moving along the wall here. You know, I didn't get directly in his way.
All right. And also I'm going to make sure to remove the one penalty from Nisreen. Pythagoras, have you gone since you got yelled at? You did. Yeah.
Yep.
Bring that down 2. Okay. So it goes 5, 10, 15, 20. Since you're not blocking its way, it's not going to worry about you too much. Excuse me. 25, 5, 10, 15. And now it is looming over you both, ravenously lapping up the melon bits on the ground here. And that's going to be its turn.
As soon as it turns the corner, I scream.
Okay. A perfectly normal reaction to the events that are unfolding around you. Ret, you're up.
All right, with the sticky sap that I have in my hand, I'm going to try and hit this chicken again.
All right. Maybe put some back into it?
Nope.
No.
It's a 13.
That's not going to be enough.
Okay. Second action is I'm going to go. Is it flanked? I mean, I'm sure it's still hit with a 13.
It's not flanked because Titan is up in the air. It's not behind you. Or it's not
Gotcha.
behind the creature.
5, 10, 15. These are bars up here, correct?
Yes. So as you look at this, as you're getting closer to it now, on the front side, rather than wherever you were, I think you ran around the back of it, maybe? You see a red and white striped canvas roof covers the menagerie's open-air food stand. Colorful signs above the counter list fancifully named treats, such as Arcadian gold corn and owlbear chow.
Great.
So this side, as you're looking at it, there's enough room to like hand food out, but not enough for like even a small creature to get in.
5, 10, 15. Okay. If I look through those bars as I'm running, do I see a door behind it?
You'd have to get up close to them to really see anything. They're
Okay.
kind of higher up off the ground for you.
Gotcha. 20, 25.
Okay.
That's it. I am no longer flat-footed.
Correct. And you're also no longer slowed.
Oh, great. No longer slowed, no longer flat-footed, no longer with the -2.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah.
You're almost back to your normal self.
Just bleeding profusely from the cheek.
Yep. Speaking of which, it's our lovely chicken's turn. The chicken will take offense to this large person stomping nearby, and it will peck at Nisreen.
Not at the owlbear? It's bigger than me.
It's a little too big.
All right.
It's 2 sizes different, so I could actually just walk under it and it wouldn't even notice. Where is it? Beak. There we go. 28.
I
to
quit.
Hit, I mean.
I quit. I just quit. That is a critical hit.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yep.
I'll take that.
Being slowed isn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Normal. So the crit is normal damage.
But
Grazing hit.
are you
The
sure?
crit effect. Yeah. The crit effect is the target is stunned 3. Stunned 3. So stunned is kind of like slowed in that you lose that many actions.
So I can't
basically,
move.
Right, your next turn will be consumed by righting your ship, as it were. In addition to that, you take 2 damage,
All right.
which is pretty inconsequential compared to the other. And you also should make a fortitude save.
Oh boy.
So that's a failure.
Goodbye,
but it's not
guys.
a critical failure. So I'm pretty sure, and Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you get a status effect from a critical hit, you get double the status effect. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So you
Super.
are slowed 2
Okay.
in
So,
addition to that.
here, Haya, something that's kind of okay about this.
I'm already stunned.
Overrides slowed. Yes. So stunned overrides slowed. If the duration of your stun condition ends while you are slowed, you count the actions lost to the stun conditions towards those being lost from the slowed.
Yeah.
So your
So it's like you're only stunned 2.
yeah.
No.
No,
One.
3.
I would still be stunned 3. It just the slowed wouldn't
Right.
count.
No,
For the
it's
5th round.
you lose 3. Stun makes you lose 3 actions. However, it overrides slowed. So instead of them both affecting you, so you're slowed 2, meaning you only get 1 action next turn, which means you only lose 1 stun, you actually lose all 3 stun next turn, and your slowed gets down by 1.
Yeah.
So on the turn that you actually get to take, you'll have 2 actions, because you'll still be slowed 1, but at the end of that, you'll be fine. Okay.
Okay.
And at that, the chicken is perfectly happy to have told you what for,
Thanks, chicken.
and it will go after its elusive prey. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, jeez.
And it's going to circle around the back of Dr. Red. It's going to run past him and kind of circle around, squawking at him as it goes. And that'll be its turn. And it would be Raynol's turn, but that takes us to 2 o'clock. So, we are going to take a quick, let's say, 5-minute break. I believe we have someone set up. Haya, who is set up to take questions for period 1?
It will be Sean.
Sean, okay. So you all can bombard Sean with whatever questions you have for him about the podcast or about the Twitch stream or whatever, and we will all see you back here at 2:05.
You're live.
Hi.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good. Hi, everybody. I hope everyone is enjoying this mess that I feel like I've created a lot of. So, you know. I just want to go back and say that chickens love melons. I had to Google that. Not that I don't trust people on the internet, but, you know. And it is indeed a fact that chickens do love melons. Apparently, watermelon is the favorite on a hot summer day, but cantaloupe and honeydew melons
Let me get
are
off
also popular.
camera before I talk to you.
So, thank you for that chicken fact. I appreciate it. Yes, the Nisreen's OnlyFans is thigh melon crushing. That's fun. That's awesome. So, Felix, I don't know how many conditions there are in Pathfinder 2E. There are a lot, but they all kind of make sense. Way more, I feel, than they did in previous edition, in the first edition. I can look it up for you if you'd like. Oh, I did not know that that person owned chickens. That is good to know. That's kind of like I would love to. I live out here on the East Coast, and so I'm in New Jersey, and it is not the part of Jersey that I'm in is very urban, so very difficult to own animals outside of like a cat or maybe a dog. Where I am, but hopefully I'll be, able to sometime in the near future have my own little, at least start growing my own produce. I love cooking, so having my own like little animal thing would be awesome. I'm looking up how many status effects there are right now for you, Felix. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 20, 7, 8, 9, 11.
I told him I branched nuts.
It looks like there's 42 different status effects.
Oh, look who's coming to help.
However, most of them are like, so like we just saw, Haya got stunned, but stunned is a higher version of slowed, is a more dramatic version of slowed. So there's a bunch of those types of statuses. A couple of the statuses that exist are for different types of concealment, like whether you're observed or you're not. Prone is a condition. So yeah, there are a bunch, but again, they're mostly different levels of more severe versions of different statuses. Like Doomed is a more severe version of dying. Is a more severe version of wounded. Doomed is something that I can't wait. Is something definitely at higher levels that I think is a really cool effect that I hope I get to use as a GM, and I hope is never used against me as a player. So it's very, very fun. I hope everyone is enjoying the background music. It is being provided by Sirenscape. Yes, Doomed is intense. Doomed basically increases your dying value, and it or reduces. So in the new game, dying, you can get to dying 1, 2, 3, and at dying 4, you're dead. Doomed reduces that number to your final, like you're dead by 1. So if you're doomed 3, if you get dying 1, if you click to dying 2, you're dead. So Doomed is a very intense status effect that, again, as a GM, I can't wait to inflict on players. As a player, I hope is never inflicted on me. So I'm hoping, yes, it is a very scary status. But again, I think it's a very really neat status. So some spells that historically in gaming, I can think of like Phantasmal Killer is kind of one of those spells that sounds really cool, but historically has been kind of like really hard to pull off. Now it gives characters the Doom condition instead of having to do like 4 different saving throws to not instantly die. But now, even if they pass the saving throws or don't critically succeed on the saving throws, the doomed condition comes into effect, which lasts longer and is really, really neat. I think it's a cool little mechanic that they threw in. So, yeah. I think everyone is back. Are we all back? Yes? No? I'm getting some thumbs up. I'm getting some grumpy faces. Getting another thumbs up. I see Padme in the background. I think everyone's back. She just ran. Yeah, she's right there. See? Okay. So everyone's back. Almost. Yes, but so again, if you want to, you can subscribe to Nisreen's OnlyFans to see her pop watermelons between her thighs.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a thing.
Uh-huh. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Sean, for taking questions during the break. Thank you, everybody, for coming back. If you are just joining us, this is the Absalom and Order Twitch show. We are running the Agents of Edgewatch adventure path from Paizo using Pathfinder 2e. My name is Matt. I'm the GM. My pronouns are he and him.
My name is Brent. I am playing Renell, and we are both he and him.
My name is Haya. I play Nisreen, and both our pronouns are she and her.
My name is Pete. I play Pythagoras, and both of our pronouns are he and him.
I'm Sean, and I play Dr. Ret Renkaz. Both of our pronouns are he, him.
Great. So I'm going to posit a question to you guys, since we're and lady, since we are playing a game in which the city guard are heroes. What is your personal, your player, not your character's favorite cop show on TV? Trent, what do you got?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Gotta love the comedy.
Yeah, I could take that. Okay.
I don't necessarily know that many / watch that many, but I think I would have to agree with Brent. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is pretty darn good.
How can you not watch that many? Matt has cop shows on all the time.
No, they are mystery shows and murder mystery shows, mostly old lady murder mystery shows, Murder, She Wrote, or the Hallmark Movie and Mystery Channel. I love you, honey.
Tea Garden Mysteries. Yeah.
These
Caught
are
him
all
out.
quality murders.
Yeah, but they have cop shows, so they're cop shows.
There's no shame in my game. All right, Pete, what do you got? What's your favorite cop show?
Honestly, my husband will watch some cop shows, and I mean, I'd recognize them more by the people that are in them than like probably the older Navy SEAL guy or not Navy SEAL guy that they have like techno music playing during the I don't know. Then there's also that show that does the Who theme at the beginning after the guy does a one line. I know based off of that. I don't know the names very much, so they all sort of blur together for me. I don't have a favorite one.
Okay, so those are NCIS and CSI. Not that I know them at all. Sean, what do you got?
So I have two. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I love watching that. I was very hesitant to start watching it, but it is so good. But then one of my favorite memories is sitting at my grandparents' house when I was younger watching Diagnosis Murder with Dick Van Dyke
Aw.
as the main like detective. So I'll have to say one of those. Also, it has Dick Van Dyke, and he's amazing in everything.
True.
And his son, who
Yes,
plays
he
the
does
actual
have-
cop in that show. Not
Yeah.
that I've seen every Diagnosis Murder. There's probably a handful I haven't seen, but that is
Yeah.
also in Hallmark movies and mysteries sometimes.
There were only 8 seasons of it. Only.
Yeah, I mean, I probably missed some. So I would say my favorite cop show of all time is The Good Guys, which is a show that was on the dumpster fire for shows that is Fox. Anybody who likes Firefly understands what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Where like some like episodes were played. It's the same thing with The Good Guys. Episodes were played out of order. Like the first episode that was shown was actually not the first episode in chronology. So if you were watching, you'd see somebody you didn't really like. You got from context clues, you understood that they knew this guy, and then like in episode 2, they meet him, which is very confusing if you're not really like into it. But it is an excellent show. It's got Bradley Whitford in it and Colin Hanks, who at the time I didn't realize was Tom Hanks' son. About halfway through the season, I realized that was true,
Mhm.
and from then on, I couldn't not see
Unsee?
Tom Hanks. Yeah, I couldn't unsee Tom Hanks in him every time he talked. So
We got some questions in the chat, by the way. Does Gotham count as a police show?
Ooh.
Sure. I mean, the GCPD is a main. It's really more about Gordon than it is about fledgling Batman. So sure, why not?
Yeah.
Barry Allen works in the police station, so I'm going to count Flash. Is another comment?
You may do what you like. So yeah, there's a lot of
escapist. Central Organization of Police Specialists Fighting Crime in Future Time is another favorite show.
Sure. Was that the one that was like really 80s and cartoony? I don't
No,
remember.
you're
There was
thinking
one
about
like that.
Power Rangers SPD.
No, I don't think that's it.
Oh, okay. That was the
all right.
season that they were police.
Is that a real thing?
Power Rangers SPD. Yep.
Sean would know.
I trust Sean's Power Rangers knowledge. I'm just
I
asking.
do love Power Rangers.
I didn't know he was just making that up because you could be, and I would believe you. I don't know.
I think it was like Space Police Detective, I think is what it stood for. Detectives, but
all right.
Anyway.
So let's get back into murdering you guys. But before I do, I'm going to go over some things about the stream. One, we are donating a portion of all proceeds to charity. So if you give bits, you give subs, that's going to go to benefit a charity. Typically it's for a marginalized group. This month is going to be for the Special Olympics. If you don't know what that is, I would very much encourage you to look it up. It's a great organization. Also, I want to talk about chat rules real quick. If you're in chat, we love that you're here and we love that you're passionate, but please understand that while we're playing, we're not going to answer your questions. It's not that we don't want to. It's just that, we're trying to play Pathfinder, and if all we do is respond to chat, which would be fun, that's not really the stream we're doing. And we never get through anything, even less than we do with the group of people that I love playing with who like to talk to everyone, which is really great role playing, but it also pads out a lot of time, which also means that I'm going to have to buy very few books in any span of time because it'll take long to get through them. Also, no game spoilers. If you already know what's happening, please keep it to yourself. No backseat game playing. If we need your help, we'll definitely ask for it. But if how you would play the character is how you would play the character, and that doesn't necessarily going to affect how we would do anything. And normal stuff, no hate speech. Don't be an asshole. Just hang out. Be cool. We're here to have fun. All right. Enough of that. So let's get back into the murder.
Woohoo!
So there we
Don't
were.
forget, 500 bits or a tier 1 subs gives us hero points, which we
That's
could
true.
use.
Yes.
Pitch in. Do your
Very
part.
yes.
Wait, doesn't rhyme with anything good. Okay. Raynell. It is, speaking of nothing good, Raynell, you are in a shop that's been ravaged by a large, very old owl who is now taken off after your friend for the melon, which she absconded with. And the lady in the shop has no interest in you getting into where she is or her coming out until you've taken care of the actual situation.
I'm sorry. Could you turn down Soundscape just a little bit?
Sorry about that.
No problem. Is there any
that
more
better?
melons in the I guess grocer?
Make a perception check. It's free. It won't be an action. Just give me a perception check. Ooh, there we go. 20. Sure. You find one. It's tucked underneath a shelf or a counter where it's rolled. But yeah, you see one.
Okay. I'm gonna tell the lady hiding behind the door that the coast is clear. The owlbear is no longer in her shop.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to grab the melon.
Okay.
And then I am going to make my way outside.
All right.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And then I can see the cockatrice through the bars here, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to have some cover from you if you're trying to shoot at it, but yes.
Okay. Well, actually, I only have one action left, correct?
Correct. You picked up the melon, and you moved. Yep.
I'm going to command Titan to continue to help with the cockatrice.
Okay.
We're going to ignore the owlbear problem until it charges at me because I'm holding a melon and I forgot to hide it.
Yep. And it's just a big owl. I mean, how bad could it be?
Yeah. So. So it's going to come over here.
Okay, so it flies up.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead. It's going to try what?
It's going to try to attack the cockatrice.
Okay, so Titan the Raven swoops in next to Ret and tries to do a little bird-on-bird combat here.
I'm
assuming it's
I'm trying to find its stats. And I'm assuming it's not great.
Is it a familiar?
Yeah.
So why don't you roll a d20? Because if you're way off, it's not going to matter. Natural 1. That's a crit fail.
Ooh.
I'm going to use the hero point just so it doesn't crit fail.
Okay.
Or I hope it doesn't crit fail.
$12.
12.
So 12 is not a crit fail, but I doubt it will hit because of this creature's AC. I don't think anybody here has that much attack bonus, honestly.
No. Okay.
Okay.
And I will look up more rules of the familiar.
Okay, sounds good. And your -1 for being frightened goes away. As we now go through
Page
All right.
217 in the core rulebook.
the core rulebook. It's got all your rules. Well, at least the core rules. All right. So at that point, you hear some clicking. Ret.
Oh no.
And maybe some feathery sounds.
Oh.
you know, like a lobster might make if its face was full of feathers.
Yup.
Coming around the corner to see what's what. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 as our favorite feather-faced lobster. And you were so kind to give it a sword last time. It's looking for anything else you got. So it is going to... You're holding a sap, which is not made of metal, so it's not super interested in that.
I have crossbow bolts and a crossbow. That's about it.
Okay.
That
All
probably
right.
has metal fittings.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
the tip. Yeah.
The-
And studded
just the tip.
leather. Yeah, just the tip. 10 bolt. 20 total bolts.
Okay. So... Yeah. It is going to try to... I'm assuming the bolts are somewhere on your person that are easy to access, or else why would you
Yes.
have them? So it is going to try to basically steal them from you.
Can I relent and just give them to the
It's not your turn, so no.
Okay.
So the lobster starts feeling you up with its feathers, which is kind of tickly. And it rolls a 14 athletics, which I think is against your reflex DC, to try to steal your crossbow bolts.
It's kind of cute.
It's at 16.
16, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually an extra plus 6.
What?
So it's actually 20. It's
gets
very motivated.
Apparently.
It gets a plus 6 bonus if it's a metal item that it's trying to take. So it does, and now it is furiously feathering your. It's trying to get into the case, and it's struggling to do so. But that's what it's going to be occupied with for the time being.
All right. That's actually fine.
Pythagoras.
Oh,
You're up.
sorry. Question. What size is that creature? Is it small?
The feather-faced lobster is a medium creature.
Oh wow.
Oh.
It
so
is.
it's
It
bigger
is. I
than-
believe 5 feet long.
Okay.
Not to creep anybody out, but you should be creeped out.
But it's so cute.
Mm. Right now, it's foaming at the mouth.
It's just hungry.
Less cute.
They didn't teach me any tactics for this at the academy. I fire off a divine lance at the chicken thing again through the bars.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
It'll hit
A
one
10.
of these days.
Oh,
A 10 minus
jeez.
1 is a 9, which is a critical failure.
oh no!
Even before I take off another 1 because you're shooting through the bars.
Fair.
So-
No.
Blue card, please. I think that has spells on it. Maybe.
Powered down until you are healed. You are stupefied 2.
Sean,
Yep,
as
pulling
the
it off.
resident expert on stupefaction, what's
Yes.
what's that do?
Wait a minute. Stupefied. Your thoughts and instincts are clouded. Stupefied always includes a value. You take a status penalty equal to the value on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma-based checks and DCs, including, but not limited to, will saving throws, spell attack rolls, spell DCs, and skills checks that use these ability scores. Anytime you would cast a spell while stupefied, the spell is disrupted unless you succeed at a flat check with a DC of 5 plus your stupefied value. So currently that would be an 8.
Okay. Very on brand. I am done.
Okay. Isn't it? So wait, he's stupefied 2? So isn't it a...
Oh, 2. 2,
It's a
so it
2,
would be
not an
7.
8?
No,
Okay.
no, it's 5 plus your value. So
Oh, okay.
I thought you said value. I thought you said 3 for some reason. I'm still thinking about Haya being completely immobile.
Stunned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing you guys just ran away from her. Anyway, so
Thanks,
I put a little
guys.
2 there, Pythagoras, so you'll remember that until you heal. You get healed by yourself or someone else. I believe that was your turn, though. 2 for the Divine Lance, 1 to move, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Speaking of Nisreen, Nisreen, you spend the turn reeling from that chicken peck. I mean, what a chicken.
I will eat it
Can
for
I
breakfast.
When Ret dies, can I just play this chicken?
No.
Oh, okay.
Mostly
Shame.
because it's too high level to be in a first level campaign with you guys. Sorry.
Oh,
It wouldn't be
great.
fair to everybody else.
It's interesting that they've given us, much higher level creatures to deal with at level 1.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thought was that you would like take care of one issue and then move on to the next one.
Yeah,
not
Sean.
activate 3,
You mean we're
possibly
not supposed to
4
run
at a time.
headlong into combats?
No.
No, you're not.
No.
Oh.
Because into combat, not strafe by combat. as if to
Aggroing
activate
all
them
the things. Yes.
Okay.
Fine.
Well, Brent and me are going to
Cool.
be fine. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah, you guys are
We've got the
on the
bars
side.
between us, and we have
For now.
strategically moved to quite a position.
Okay. So Nisreen, you are no longer stunned, but you are still slowed 1. So on your next turn, you will only have 2 actions.
Okay.
But after that, the slowed will go away.
Okay.
All right. All right. So now it's our favorite giant owl's turn. Your hands are covered in melon juice.
Mhm.
So it's going to take the turn slobbering over your stupefied hands. From just incidental beaking.
Okay.
Let me roll some damage here. You take 3 damage.
All right. Makes sense.
Everyone's had a dog very excitedly take something out of your hand and accidentally catch you. That's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the food, but maybe you should have opened your hand harder.
or taught them
Ret.
to be gentle, but yes.
Or taught them to be gentle. Which
Yes.
I do my best. Ret, you're up.
Okay, I want to throw this to the group and
Mhm.
the chat real quick. Who do we think is less reflexy? Do we think it's the cockatrice or the chicken or the feather-faced lobster?
The feather-faced
Yeah.
lobster.
Feather-faced lobster? Okay. Then I am going to attempt to tumble through the feather-faced lobster square.
It's interesting
Actually-
that you would do that.
Oh no.
First action, I'm going to drop the bolts into its
it's-
square.
No, it has the bolts. It's taken
It
them.
has
from you.
them. All 20?
If you, what do they come in a box of 10?
Box of 10.
Okay, so it's taken one of those boxes. It has it.
Great. So now I'm going to try and tumble through its square.
Okay. But before you do that, something the watchers of the stream might remember
Oh no.
is that it doesn't take too kindly to you leaving with metal objects.
Oh, that's right.
Reaction. Tail trip. Trigger. A creature carrying a metal item attempts to move out of a square within the reach of the feather-faced lobster's tail. Effect. The feather-faced lobster makes a tail strike against the triggering creature.
Okay, so my question is, do I roll my tumble through first?
No.
No, okay.
A reaction will always interrupt. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
Reaction will always interrupt whatever the action is that triggers it.
Okay.
All right. Tail trip. Just gives me a direction. So, tail attack. The attack is a 13.
against my reflex DC, correct?
It's just an attack, just against your AC.
Oh, it's an attack. That it will fail.
Okay, so it tries to swipe at you with its tail as you don't stand still, and it fails to do so. So
All right.
you may continue what you were doing.
14 acrobatics to go through its square versus its reflex DC.
It's not a critical failure, but it's close.
Okay.
Yikes.
So on a failure, my movement ends and I trigger reactions as if I had moved out of the square. But you've already used your one reaction for the turn, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That's why I was asking. All right.
We'll have to look that
well,
up later, because it does seem from that description that it would...
Yeah. I would roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
But it doesn't seem like it mattered, right?
correct.
This time
I
around.
didn't move through it. It didn't trip me. So now my second action is to move away.
Lobster.
5,
All right.
10, 15, 20.
Stop.
Oh, jeez,
Go
I wish
back.
I could see.
There we go. So as you go by that window and your little head bobs by, you hear just the voracious sounds of creatures, something in there, just like gulping and slurping and munching. And as you go by, it almost sounds like they stop and start laughing. And through the bars, these wooden bars that are between you and what's in the food stand, you see the faces of two creatures peering over the there we go, peering over the bars.
So, to quickly look behind the curtain, I was going to try and lure the cockatrice into this room, but now I'm not. Okay.
You see two faces peering over, almost as if they work there, but they are they don't look particularly friendly or humanoid. You may continue your movement, but just know that you've activated 2 more people to be in this encounter.
25. Great. Why
Sean!
not?
Stop it!
Third action is 5, 10. That's my third action.
Okay.
Cue the Benny Hill music now.
Yeah, Sean, switch it to silly music from this very calm and serene.
Turns into a Scooby-Doo episode where, you run from one tent to the next with the cockatrice chasing you. Then in the next scene, your rat is carrying the cockatrice as you're running from 2 other cockatrices. Something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just need a last train to Clarksville type situation to get out of this
Yeah.
one, I'm pretty sure.
All right. And I'm rolling initiative for these 2 people who are new. Okay. So that was Ret's turn. I'm going to put these guys in order. All right. So that brings us to the Featherface Lobster's turn. It's going to take its turn breaking into the bolt case and devouring the bolts inside. I think I've put right now out of order, but that's fine. We'll just deal with it. Nisreen, it's your turn. You will get 2 actions this turn because you are still slowed 1.
Do I notice that the owlbear is still holding more melons in their arms?
Nope. It's got melon all over its face, along with a black foam coming out of its mouth, and a crazed look in its eye. But other than that, it doesn't seem to be holding any melon.
I don't know if I can identify this black foam because it's not the first time you've mentioned that things have been foaming.
Oh my goodness! Sorry. This is the same thing. The foam is the same thing the brawler had in the tavern that we broke up.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
When I looked at, remember when we found out that one of the guys was like hopped up on something, and I thought it was narcotics or something?
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
foaming?
he had black foam. Yes.
Okay. Do we remember where they were?
They were down in. They had just come back from the, like, I'm gonna call it the Darklands, but that's not the right. That's not where they were. Where the skeletons were.
Okay.
They had found within the city. They had found like a crypt or something, and
Yeah.
they had cleaned it out, which ended up killing the familiar of the wizard.
Yeah.
It's not clear that's where he got whatever was dealing with him, but
Yes.
that is where they were.
Bolar of Stonemore, male dwarf fighter on some sort of stimulant, dilated eyes, foam at the corners of mouth.
Okay. Well,
The tipsy
there's
Tengu.
yeah.
So, sorry, I just made that connection.
No, it's great. No, it's
Yeah.
good to know.
Welcome to the party, Sean.
Good
Now,
thing
if we
Ret's
could
gonna die, so he can't share this information.
That was exactly what I was about to say. Is that good thing that you're going to be able to live to communicate that to anyone.
So Nistine will file away that information, and I'm guessing the owlbear is still licking her palm, so she'll slowly make her way backwards, hoping that she's leading it.
It's
With
pretty
her?
well cleaned off your palms in the 6 seconds it had to
Okay.
voraciously lick your hands and cause 3 damage.
10,
But it is eyeing up that other melon that you threw, which I drew on the ground there.
15, and then she'll gesture to it, maybe scoop a bit more and put her palm up to here, eat this. She's trying to be very, very calm with her movements and trying to teach it to look around. Do I know whether or not I'm sure I've been to this zoo before. I'm a local, right?
Well, no. I mean, I don't know if you've been to the zoo before. What I would say is this is specifically in town for the Radiant Festival. This is
I
a
see.
traveling spectacle, which happens to be in town for this specific purpose. Also, I'm going to read the description of the penguin enclosure now that you are next to it, just in case it matters to you. I'd like people to be informed whether that changes anything or not. A large decorative pool lined on the north and west sides by benches serves as the centerpiece of the menagerie's open-air exhibits. Rocks painted white to resemble icebergs stud the artificial pond, and oversized wooden cutouts depicting smiling penguins wearing top hats have been placed around the pool's edges. The only actual penguin in the exhibit stands at the peak of the largest painted rock, squawking frantically. The surface of the water is murky with blood and feathers. At each of the benches, there are several penguin facts.
Is the entire lake murky with waters, or a specific spot where there's blood and feathers?
Mostly the whole lake. It's kind of permeated the water.
Cool. Well, right now I'm dealing with an owlbear. My compatriots are kind of all over the place. Do I see where the owlbear's enclosure would have been?
You do not.
And there's no map of the there's no exhibit map anywhere.
There might be some kind of pamphlet like that at the tent, which is in front of you, the entrance booth.
Okay.
But you'd have to go in and look. This is very spur of the moment. You don't see a big map on a placard or anything like that.
I'm sorry. They had enough time to put penguin facts, but not a map? Come on now. So
Well, you got to choose one or the other. Interesting penguin facts or a map of the exhibits. I mean, clearly, you go with interesting penguin facts, which I have, and if nobody asks me about them, I'm going to give them to you anyway. Anyway.
I wanted a penguin fact.
Yeah, you were waking up though. I didn't want to steal your whole turn with that.
So that will be Nistine's turn. Just to keep things moving, I apologize for taking enough time. She will scoop up some more melon guts and kind of like gently gesture
out?
for the Albert to come and eat. Do I have to make any check for that to happen?
Give me a nature check.
Not a diplomacy?
Nope, it's an animal. You always use nature on animals, unless you have an ability that gives you other abilities.
I fling them at the animal.
You're like, do you like
Take
melons?
this! Take more melon. I just like put them all over me instead.
It's like wipe on your face.
Yes.
Like, this is like the Terminator or the Predator, right? You can't see me if I'm covered in melons.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Speaking of which, Raynell, you're up. So Pythagoras is shooting light through the bars. The last one of them seemed to like make him dizzy.
How big is the melon I've got?
It's roughly the size of like a human head.
Well, I guess the more appropriate question is, do I think Titan could carry it?
No.
No.
Titan is tiny.
Okay.
Not even if there were two of him and he tied a string between them, could he carry this melon? It is so large.
Could he pick up a half of a melon that's broken and on the ground?
No, it's big. It's like an oversized cantaloupe we're talking about.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna command Titan to get out of danger. Let's get him out of dangerous situation.
Okay.
He would not be tanking whatever these things are.
I don't see why not, but fine.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Your turn. And I'm just gonna tell him to get out of danger.
Okay.
We're gonna fly over to here and fly back behind Pythagoras.
Okay.
And then
Always safe behind the cleric.
I am going to try to cast
So that's one action to command Titan. So daze, you said?
at the chicken.
Okay.
Well, at the lobster. We'll do it at the lobster.
Lobster. Daze. So it's a saving throw that I need to make?
Yep.
All right. So that is a will saving throw with a difficulty of 16. I will say his bonus is less than 16.
Good.
I rolled a 28. Is that enough?
Yeah, you take half damage, so 1 damage.
Even on a critical success?
Oh, on a critical success. I'm sorry.
If it's a basic saving throw, which is what this is, it's failure is normal damage, crit failure is double damage, success is half damage, crit success is no damage.
Takes no damage, yes. So no damage. Bringing out that big wizard damage.
Pew pew! All right. And I believe that was 2 actions. Yep. So you commanded your familiar, you pew-pewed at the lobster, and that brings it to our friendly neighborhood owlbear's turn.
Oh boy.
He is moving in. Or she's moving in. You haven't had even the decency to ask. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Whoops. And it will begin just devouring the melon that's on the ground in front of it. It seems to be ignoring Nisreen.
Taunting it with a melon scent.
Yes, it'll get to you soon. So now it's our new laughing friend's turn. So glad I got to bring in another monster that I have to keep track of.
Really,
Thanks,
I'm just
Sean.
trying to break your brain.
Okay. Well, they've done a good job of giving me resources here. So the speed. Okay. So that's is that one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 5, 10. Yeah, 5, 10. It will attack Ret. Since you approached its feasting opportunity and you've bothered it.
I looked at it.
Yeah, that's what you get. How about a 9?
Alright.
Does a 9 hit
Ooh.
you?
That will be a miss.
Ooh. See,
Are
not
you sure
everything.
of that? Everything else is swinging at like 28s.
Not everything.
Hush! I only have 3 hit points.
You could have way more than 3 at this point. I think that it's anyway. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, that's sad. I just realized that one of the hyena's abilities only works if it has 2 allies in the fight. So the second hyena will come in. 5, 10. I mean, second creature. Don't worry about it.
It's a laughing dog.
20, 25.
Wouldn't the
30,
owl
35.
there or the giant owl be an ally?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
They don't know each other.
You don't know me.
Okay. And the second creature, this doggish creature, will get into place. And it will attack. That's more like it. 18.
That'll hit.
So this creature does 1d8 plus 1 piercing damage. And I rolled a 1. So that's 2 piercing damage to you, Ret.
I'm still up.
But for how long?
One turn.
Pythagoras, you're up.
Guys, I can't see straight. I'm out of spells. I don't think we've done any damage here. We haven't been able to contain the situation. Fall back. As like I'm stupefyingly trying to draw my crossbow, load it, and then I fire a shot at the bird.
Okay. So what kind of crossbow do you have?
The normal type?
Okay. There's like crossbows and heavy crossbows. I just didn't know
I think
which
it's
one
a
you took.
light one, if not mistaken.
Okay. So that is 1 action to draw it, 1 action to load it, 1 action to fire it.
And that's a critical failure, so I'll draw that card now.
Okay. Good.
Ah,
Natural 1 for minimum damage too. Jeez. That was just not a good roll all around.
I am fatigued.
Oh my goodness. Is that a new one?
Yeah, read the whole thing, man.
No, it's everything you got. You are fatigued.
There you go. You put everything you got into that crossbow shot and have become fatigued. Sean?
You're tired
fatigued?
and can't summon much energy. You take a -1 status penalty to AC and saving throws. While exploring, you can't choose an exploration activity. You only recover from fatigue after a full night's rest.
And I'm so tired. Let's get out of here.
So there you were. There was a zoo. And everything went to hell after that.
Yep.
Man. All right, well, I guess we'll continue on here. It is now Chicky the Chicken's turn. 5,
Oh my god.
10, 15, 20. Thank you for not going very far.
I have little rat legs.
But you are faster than this creature, so.
Oh.
What's your AC there, Ret?
What's your roll there, Matt?
23.
That's a hit.
Okay. So that is 6 damage. So you go to dying 1.
Yep.
And please make a fortitude save.
20.
Great. Nothing else happens other than you are dying.
All right.
Okay. And for its third action, it will look very proud. And now it will hiss at the hyenas. And it will actually make an attack against one of them.
Well,
I've been wanting that to happen for like 13 turns now.
Well-
I've kited them together.
the hyenas
yes,
are.
only by unleashing all of the animals at the same time could you possibly have done this. Good job. It will hit, and it will do 3 damage, and also let's roll some fortitude saves. It will fail its fortitude save.
Same. I know that feeling.
I know the feeling, bro. All right. Okay, and that brings it to, or no, your initiative is now moved to right before the person who knocked you out.
Yes.
So that brings it to our feather-faced lobster, who is now going to move forward, and move forward, and move forward, and move forward, and it is going to take the rest of its turn finding your other thing of bolts and pulling them from you and trying to get into the case.
He can take those from my cold, dead hands. No, literally,
You're not
my cold, dead hands.
You're not quite dead yet. You are not dead yet. Blah, 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 blah. All right.
Oh.
Nisreen, you're up.
Nisreen is going to lay down in the melon juice and make melon angels, as
solid
this
plan.
has just been ridiculous. All right, no, Nisreen is going to probably make a stupid, but it's fine. She's going to be in the... Ugh, okay.
Get out of there. Get out of there.
I'm trying to get to you first.
I am surrounded.
Yeah.
I'll tumble through if I have to.
I mean, there's no spot to land is the problem.
Yeah.
Like it's on top of him, like standing over his body.
I just want to grab him and run. Like, I just want to scoop him up. He's small enough for me to just carry and go. I'm guessing.
So you would, sure, you would have to make an acrobatics to get through somebody's space, get to Ret. Your second action would be to pick him up, and then your third action would be to tumble again.
Let's try it.
So whose space are you going to tumble through? Are you going to try to move around the owlbear and tumble through one of the hyenas? Are you going to try to go through the owlbear? What's your plan?
Thing is, if I move, then that's one action. If I tumble, that's 2, and then picking up is 3.
Tumble through actually says, because I was looking at it, tumble through. You stride up to your speed. During this movement, you can try to move through the space of one enemy. So you can move, then tumble through as one action.
Okay. So, move there. I guess I'll tumble through the hyena square.
Okay.
Come on now. Acrobatics.
Yep. Not going to be enough, unfortunately. So
Goodbye.
You will land. You will land
in a
I don't
heap.
think you're prone. But you end your movement.
Your movement ends. And you trigger reactions as if you had moved out of the square you started in.
Yep, and nobody has any reactions to give you.
Cool.
But you are not prone.
Correct.
I guess that's it.
No, you still have your
That's-
regular actions.
Can I try
You
again?
have two more actions left. Yes, you can.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
With a 23. All right. In that
So-
case, I land in his square over him and pick him up as my final action.
Okay.
No, because I need my fist to protect him, don't I? No, I'll
It
pick him
certainly
up
would
so
be
I can, because I don't think I have
think-
any reactions. I don't know.
As a fighter, you do have an attack of opportunity. So if someone does a move or manipulate action in an adjacent square, you can attack them. That being said, I think you could probably throw Ret over one of your shoulders and have your other hand free.
Let's do that.
I don't know. He's pretty heavy.
How heavy are you?
I'm a chonky rat.
Shonky with a no.
Yep, 70
0.
pounds.
That should be fine.
Okay.
I'm a strong person. I'm your fighter, guys.
Yeah, she's got the highest strength in the group, so that's probably all she can carry without being encumbered.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because she's not really carrying
That's-
anything else. She doesn't have any armor to be speaking of. She doesn't carry weapons. So
Yep.
one
That's 7
chunky
bulk.
rat is about enough.
7 bulk.
Yeah, that's fine.
7 bulk of rat.
Yeah. Raynell, that brings it to you.
I'm going to turn to Pythagoras and say, if we can get the cart in front of the gate, we might be able to keep them from escaping again.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move in that direction. So,
Yeah, moving around. Getting to the gate. And
here,
just to the entrance. Through the entrance.
I'm gonna get
Next
to
to
the
a
front,
big wagon.
get next to the wagon, and that's my last action. I'm gonna take my melon. I'm gonna throw it and try to get it right, like smash it against the rocks in the penguin enclosure, right up in here.
Okay.
And
All right.
I think there's something under the water that's gonna come up. That's just. What's his name?
I'll probably
Swan?
Fine.
Swan from
Throw it
Fallout?
there.
It could be Swan from Fallout.
Yep.
I'm going to say
owlbear.
because this is a level 1 encounter, it's going to be either a kraken
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
or what's the thing in Harry Potter that turns everyone to stone?
A basilisk?
Basilisk, yeah.
Basilisk.
Yes.
All
We
right.
don't have a
Basket-less.
basilisp. It's not okay. It is basilisk. There's no baskets. That will bring it to the owlbear's turn.
I figure at level 1 that's what we should be fighting.
Probably. It's going to move here. It saw. It looks at you, kind of screams in your direction right now. Not with any effect, just
It's just
flavor
angry.
screaming.
All right.
And I was going to move in and try to get its melon. As it does, you see a stirring in the water. The penguin looks like he's about to faint from fear as this giant creature just wades in after this melon goo. And from under the water, you see this serpentine creature begin to encircle and try to attack your owlbear friend. So let me bring you to the surface.
My guess, earthworm.
Probably an earthworm.
Named Jim?
Yeah.
Quite
Problematic. Let's see.
Does he have like 17 lumps in his stomach?
Unclear. You can't tell from where you are.
Okay.
But it does pop to the surface. And
Hey, I didn't trigger this one, guys.
True. The owlbear did.
yeah. And it will actually give me an attack roll. What is that? No, it just tells you what it is. Cool. So it will strike. And it will roll a 17, which is not enough to hit the owlbear. So you see this serpentine creature basically spring out of the water like it was coiled. And it completely misses the big oversized owl, who kind of swats it aside. Its mind made up that melons are what it's after. Speaking of being after melons, it's almost 3 o'clock, so we're going to take a break. I believe I will be your victim, aka host of our break this time, but we'll see everybody back here in roughly 5 minutes.
Switching over now.
Yay! Nope. Is it me? Hey, it's me. All right. Hello, everyone. So, how do you think our heroes are going to get out of this pickhole? I did. I looked a lot like Sean for a minute. Aspinwall. Hi, Ivan A. It is me. It is a zoo full of melon-addicted animals. No, the owlbear specifically was in a shop, really thirsty for specific melons. Nisreen realized that and tried to lure it out with a melon. It followed, and Raynell followed it up by hurling a melon into the penguin enclosure, terrifying the last penguin and starting a fight between Godzilla and King Kong, basically. So we'll see. A lot of running and a lot of dumb luck. Well, they could certainly use some dumb luck. It hasn't been a good combat for a lot of reasons. Triggering all the combats at once, not the greatest strategy. Typically, if it were me, I'd take care of one thing and then move on to the next, but they've chosen a different path, and I can't fault them for that. I can only fault Sean specifically for that. But also, they've not been great with their rolling. Not like as a skill. There's no real skill to that. Their luck with the dice roller on roll 20 hasn't been super good. And these monsters are fairly powerful. So unlike other level 1 encounters, something like a handful of goblins, it's not a huge deal that you run past one and triggered 3 or 4 of them. It's a big deal. It's a big deal that they have triggered a rust monster and a cockatrice and an owlbear and now a giant viper, 2 hyenas. Yeah, and Ret narrowly avoided triggering the giant viper earlier when he ran by. Specifically, it says if you basically touch the shoreline on the north or south side. I don't know why the east or west, it doesn't care, but that's what the book says, so I wasn't going to penalize him any more than we needed to. Give us a penguin fact? All right, just for you guys. Hopefully the cast isn't listening. Escapist, choose a number between 1 and 9, and I will give you a penguin fact between 1 and 9. 8. Never trust a penguin. They are very sneaky. If you don't see one of the penguins in this habitat, it means it's escaped. Oh my god, it's right behind you. Don't turn around, just run. So, penguin fact number 8, that's what it is. So we'll see if they actually get any of these penguin facts, or if as the light fades from their eyes, they manage to read one. That's kind of what I think I'm going to have to enforce if I want to get any of these penguin facts out into the world. Yeah, some of the facts are intense about penguins. You gotta know your penguins. Sex for fighting is only see one penguin. Yeah. Who knows where the rest of them are? There's a movie. Is it Madagascar, where the penguins are like really schemy? I think. Me through. Oh. Jareth Core, thank you for subscribing again for the 3rd month with your Prime subscription. We appreciate that. Thank you for all of the 1,000,000 points to me for knowing that that show. I'm trying to remember who the voice actor was in that one. It was ridiculous. I enjoyed it. There were definitely lasers. Mantis shrimp and house cat. Appropriate. The mantis shrimp would probably kill them all, and the house cat would enjoy it. Penguins live in the Antarctic. They have to be pretty hardcore for that. What, stealing the boat? Yeah, I suppose that's true. Another penguin fact, which is true, but not on my list of 9, is that penguins and polar bears, while often depicted in commercials and in fiction as being in the same location, are never in the same location. One lives at the North Pole, polar bears, and one lives at the South Pole, penguins. Or the Arctic being the north and the Antarctic being not the north or the south. Okay. So we are at 3:05, but notably we have someone who is invisible. So I'm going to wait for them to become visible again before starting back up. Anything else in the stream here? There's Australian penguins. That's probably true. I mean, it's on the south end of the world, right? Which is a roughly a sphere shaped. So Australia's close enough that there might be some. I know there's some in South Africa. But all right, looks like our cast is physically back, including the dog is taking her spot, getting comfortable in the background. Everybody, Sean is finishing up some food and getting a book to read while he's unconscious, probably. Yeah, it's not an 80s cartoon. It's actually a cartoon from maybe within the last decade. I can't remember. I feel like anymore everything blurs together, and I don't realize how long ago things were. I did note that, yes, and I thanked him or her. I think it's a him, if I remember who it is. Looks like we're all good. All right, let's go back to the show. All right, welcome back. This is the thing we do. In case you are just joining us, my name is Matt. I'm the GM. My pronouns are he and him.
My name is Brent. I play Renell, and we are both he and him.
My name is Haya. I play Nisreen, and we're both she and her.
My name is Pete. I play Pythagoras, and we are he and him.
I'm Sean. I play the late, great Ret Renkaz. Both of our pronouns are he, his, and Matt, I have books so I can start building my next character.
Interesting. Okay. It is good to think forward. I always like to have another character in my back pocket in case something happens to my current character. Not that I'm always looking to get rid of my current character. I typically like characters that I build, but there's always that threat. And having a new character really does give you a chance to try something new. So being a rat investigator didn't work out. There's lots of other combinations out there that you can try. So while Sean is trying to figure out what his net character will be, first of all, he's not dead yet. He's at dying 1. To get dying 4, to die, you have to get dying 4. He might come out on his own, might heal up on his own, might get, the healing hands of someone in his party. You never know. Pathfinder 2nd Edition, with the exception of being mauled to death by creatures that are much higher level than you, is pretty forgiving with being dead. This is rough. But I want to talk very briefly about XP, or milestones. So in Pathfinder, like in D&D and a lot of other games, there's experience points, or XP. You get them for doing tasks or fighting monsters or completing quests, or a lot of different reasons or ways you can get experience points. there are also what are called milestones. So in the book, it specifically says at this point they should be level 2. At this point, it should be level 3. At this point, it should be level 4. Just so we're clear, at no point does it say it should be level 2 going into this encounter. However,
Uh-huh.
I asked the group and I said, what do you want to do? You want to calculate XP or do milestones? And they were like, math. And then they recoiled from me as if I had brandished a cross at them and they were vampires. So they wanted to do milestones. I'm not going to do that. Screw you guys. We're going to do XP. And here's the reason why I say that. If you go by milestones, not only will you not level up at the end of the zoo, should you finish it, you will not level up to the end of the following place that you go and do stuff in. But when I count XP, you will easily level up by the end of the zoo, assuming that you survive. So for your benefit and the longevity of whatever characters you happen to have when the zoo is over, we're going to do XP. I'll calculate it. You guys don't have to do the math, but I'll let you know when you level up.
Seems suspiciously like trying to bribe us into using math.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that that's what I'm doing. What I'm doing is using math to benefit you, which you would also benefit from if you kept track of it. For those keeping track at home, the party, each member of the party currently has 280 experience points. They need 1,000 to level up. That's true of every level. So in previous editions of Pathfinder and D&D, as you level up, the amount of XP you needed scaled. So if you needed 1,000 for first to second level, to go from second to third, you needed like 3,000, and so on. In Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the amount of experience points that you get for a specific encounter is determined by your level versus the encounter level. So a goblin isn't worth the same to every character from 1st to 20th level. So because they're scaling how much you get per encounter, the number is always the same. So it's always 1,000. So once you hit 1,000, ding, you're done. You have been baked and are ready to go. Okay. So when we left, the party was in a pretty precarious situation. Ret was unconscious, being hauled up by Nisreen, who had tumbled through a hyena to rescue him. Raynell had just thrown a melon into the penguin enclosure to make the owlbear go in there. And maybe he hates penguins, it's unclear. And Pythagoras is very drained at the moment from a spell gone wrong. And he has been firing in from the outside, trying not to get himself too close. I think he's also out of spells. Besides cantrips, you always have cantrips. I don't think they've done anything in previous versions. Like there's like cantrips and orisons or sirens, whatever they're called, which are the exact same thing. It's just one is divine and one is arcane. They kind of went away with that, and it's like the cantrips are cantrips. Either you have them or you don't. And cantrips you can use kind of unlimitedly. They're always less effective than a first level spell, but they're infinite, so that is appropriate.
Oh yeah, when I yelled that I was out of spells, it was out of all healing spells and first level spells. So.
Yeah. So hopefully Raynell, with his 100% of hit points, can throw some magic around. But we'll see. We'll see. And Pythagoras still has his unlimited well of cantrips, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. I think I've stalled as long as I can. Let's get into the murder. Okay. So at this point, it is the hyena here that Nisreen tumbled through to grab Ret's turn. Can we get some battle music?
Oh, absolutely. Let me
Music to
turn that
die
back
by?
on.
There
If it were.
is okay.
That's very loud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now
Better?
it's very soft. That's perfect. There we go. Subtlety is the mother of invention or something.
It's not like that.
All right. There we go. Okay, so the hyena claps back at the cockatrice. and he critically fails. Now,
Woof.
this creature does not have a name. The hyenas, for whatever reason, are like the one creature in this friggin' thing that does not have a name. The hyenas are also notably absent of
Convenient.
this black foamy stuff. So that seems to be on the cockatrice, the feather-faced lobster, and the giant normal owl. I'm sorry, not cockatrice, large normal chicken. Chat, you guys can hear the music and you can hear me and you can hear us. So we would appreciate you giving us feedback on the volume levels. If you think it's too much, great. Let us know. If you think it's too soft, let us know that too. We want this to be an enjoyable experience for everyone involved as we go. All right, so critically fails against the normal giant chicken. It will attack again. It will critically fail again.
Woof.
And it's not going to be outdone. Ha-ha! It will just fail for the third one. So that's a thing. And then the hyena, which is over here next to Nasreen, objects to you taking off with its meal. So it will try to attack you.
Hang on. That's not how hyenas work. No, it's fine. I'll
What?
take it.
Hey, I had them laugh earlier, and that's 100% of what I know about hyenas.
Well, yes, but if they find something that's far larger than them, or they don't think they can take down in a pack, they will go away. For example, I'm guessing Ret is smaller, so like, ooh, easy bait. But the minute I'm guessing the stream being taller, she lifted it up. She's like, oh, okay, this thing is way taller than me now. I don't think I can take care of it. They're scavengers by nature.
So
It's
you're
interesting.
saying you're about the same size as them, and there's two of them in a pack, so she'd be able to take you?
What kind of hyena is this?
I don't
This
know,
is a
you both-
medium. This is a medium-sized creature, so it is roughly the size of a person. It's a big
Okay,
hyena.
never mind then.
I know, like real-life hyenas, at least the ones that we most normally see, are much smaller. They're probably like small-sized creatures, and you're absolutely right. Like in a pack, that's where they do their thing. One-on-one, they're not interested in anything unless you're much smaller than them. But they're even with you, so they're gonna take a strike.
Okay,
Okay.
I tried. Thanks, Brent.
I appreciate it.
Hey, I was gonna. I know how big they are. So, does a 15 hit you?
It does not.
Okay, so it will snap its jowls and not make contact. How about a 6? Does a 6 hit you?
It is nope. Mm-mm. And I'm guessing
Is
these
that a-
things are not named.
They're not. The hyenas are not named.
Okay.
You can call them Heckle and Jekyll if you like, but they're actually
Sure.
not named.
So
Okay.
Jekyll definitely missed.
Okay, and with his third attack, that was a -1.
I think that would be definitely critical failure. I would
Okay,
think.
so as we can see, not all of the creatures in the zoo are monstrosities that will absolutely murder you at level 1.
No, but 100% of the animals that have the black foamy stuff, monstrosities. Just throwing that out. I'm gonna go back to being unconscious and building another character.
Pythagoras, you're up.
Alrighty then. I am going to go and assist with trying to get this item in front of the doorway here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
1. Where did you wanted to go inside there and pull it in? 2, 3, 4, 5, and then
Okay,
1.
Pythagoras has made it inside of the encampment to the wagon. And as you guys look at this thing's enormous.
I'm sorry, I can only see what Nasreen can see. So
Okay.
so can chat.
Why can't I grab you? Am I on the wrong level? I'm on the wrong level. So I'm just gonna move your vision there for a second.
Okay.
just so we can get some idea here. There we go. So Raynell is down here with Pythagoras. They're trying to pull this giant wagon, which has the stone monkey arm sticking out of it, hopefully to block off the door. Pythagoras, it's interesting that your name is Pythagoras, and you're about to deal with some harsh angles to try to wedge this wagon in a hole that is smaller than the wagon to try to get it to the gate. Additionally, this wagon is enormous. This is probably not a thing you two are going to be able to actually accomplish now that you are there and touching it. It's a big thing. And I think that's everything that's happening right now. You guys can see our feather-faced lobster to the northwest with the two hyenas, the overly giant normal chicken, and the very old owl, along with the possible earthworm. It's unclear. There's something serpentine there. Yeah, that's what's going on. So put Nasreen back where she belongs. And wait a second. That was Pythagoras' turn. I think it was all your actions going to get to the wagon.
Yep. Renell, I'm not so sure that this plan's going to work.
All right. Ret, you are up. Give us that death saving throw.
So I need to make a flat check of a d20, and it needs to be an 11 or higher to stabilize.
You got this.
Pete, what is happening in your
14.
feed?
What
Is that a very hot cup of something?
No,
Yeah.
that's a vaporizer. So one moment, I'll move it to the side.
I like it. Yeah.
Sorry. Very ambient. All right.
Oh, the house, it's on fire. Oh,
It's like, is it okay?
Notice.
All right. So you rolled a 14. What's that mean?
That means I stabilize.
Yes.
Okay. So you are still dying one, I believe. You're just not conscious, and you're not getting any more
So
dying.
I am wounded one.
Oh.
Because I lose the dying condition, but I am now wounded. Let me pull up all of the stuff that happens.
Mm.
So, I am unconscious. If I reach dying 4, I am completely dead.
Mm-hmm.
You're dying. If you lose the dying condition by succeeding at a recovery check and are still at 0 hit points, I remain unconscious.
Okay.
So I lose the dying condition. I am now wounded 1. If anything hits me, I go back to dying, and I am now then would be wounded 2, or dying 2.
Yep. All right. Speaking of dying 2, it is now the chicken's turn. The chicken did not appreciate the hyena's clap back, and it will attack it. Maybe. There we go. That will be enough to hit the hyena. It does 5 damage. This hyena is not looking good. And now it's time for the hyena to make a saving throw. And it will critically fail its saving throw.
Woof.
Then let's call him Beaky. We'll attack the hyena again. It does 2 damage. And the hyena will make a saving throw. Okay, so the hyena gets pecked once by the rooster. It gets pecked again, and as it gets pecked again, you get this. You notice, like, in its eyes, it just has this facial expression of like, "Oh no!" Like, I have made a grave mistake, and it kind of freezes in place, and then you see its fur start to turn this grayish color from like the tawny brown color that it was before. And before your eyes, what was once a hyena is now a hyena-shaped statue.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah. Not great for the hyena, we'll say.
So you're saying the bird is the world's greatest sculptor?
Yes. In moments, the hyena died, and this thing built a statue to commemorate its loss. Probably. That's
Probably.
probably what happened.
So added value to the traveling circus, or
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And now it will turn its attention to Nisreen, who is absconding with its favorite prey that it's been chasing all over the place. But way too much effort in to let you go without at least giving you a peck. Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
Okay, well, third attack. What can you expect, right?
Correct.
Okay, that brings it to Rusty the Rust Monster's turn. He will continue to devour the box of bolts. He will get those open and reduce them to rust. And next turn, he will be looking to find something else. That'll bring it to Nisreen.
Well, by next turn we're not going to be there, so there is no more metal that I can tell on my person / Ret's person, right?
I mean, I'd have to look at your character sheet. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Ret's got his crossbow. There are some metal bits on that.
I also have studded leather, so technically there would be.
That would take way too long to take off of him. If you're looking to grab something and throw it on the ground.
Damn it. I guess I'll toss my flint and steel down as payment for movement.
Okay.
Because
All right.
I learned previously that this creature will knock me over if I move away from it, still carrying metal. So, first action drop, second action I'm just going to book it.
Okay. Is that the only metal object you think you have left on you?
I don't know, Matthew. I think so.
Okay. We're just going to go with you think that's true, and we're going to move on. So, move on.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. What are you two doing? Sorry, what are you two doing? Didn't you call for us to retreat?
We're trying to block the entrance.
Yeah, I did call for the retreat, and then he said, move this, and I'm not feeling so well at the moment.
Okay, well, I think we need to fall back and regroup because, as you can see, our friend here is not looking so good. Do either of you have any means to bring him back?
Not bring him back, but I can at least make sure he's fine for now.
Okay, well, I think this is not a very good place to do that, so I'll keep moving to find a spot where I can put him down and hide him.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20. That's as far as I can move, unfortunately.
Yep. So 1 to toss your flint and steel, 1 to move over and chide the other 2 members of your group.
Yep.
And 1 to try to escape and throw Ret into a corner.
Yeah. So I can come back
to
and help.
deal with the situation.
How
Right
much
now,
damage
you're
do
up.
I take?
How much damage do you take?
Just
None yet.
shots.
No, I'm
Shut
not
up.
checking
Actually,
it.
you could drop him as a free action.
I'm not dropping him. He's still in my
Okay.
arms as I'm running.
Okay. You wouldn't take
okay.
any damage if she
course.
put you down.
I know.
She's not tall enough. Unless she like lifted you over her head and dropped you, at that point you would take a d6, I'm pretty sure. Or no, you would take half the distance to the ground.
Would it be like
2.
a victory throw, like I would do with a football?
Like you
Just
spiked him?
Yeah.
At that point, it would be falling damage plus strength. I think. You're hurled to the ground. All right. Raynell, what you got?
I am going to cast Electric Arc. Bring out something a little different.
Okay.
And I'm going to target this hyena
Okay.
and this rust monster.
Okay. All right. So it's a reflex save, correct? All right. So a hyena numero dos, I think. Reflex save is a 15, so that will not make it. And then the feather-faced lobster. If he doesn't make it, I'll be shocked. 22, so he won't critically succeed, but he will succeed.
Okay. And then that is... if you fail, you take full damage, success, half damage.
Okay, so the hyena takes 5. Looks like. And the feather-faced lobster takes 2.
Is that the first damage we've actually done to them?
No.
Like
No.
we as a group.
No, you
No?
you hit the feather-faced lobster earlier. Like originally, there was some smacking of that creature.
And then we
But
decided
that's-
to wander around.
Yep, and then all hell broke loose.
Then I ran around. Gotcha.
Yes. Okay, so that's 2 actions, yeah?
Yeah. And
Okay.
so for my third action, I will follow the order of retreat.
Okay. Fall back.
All right.
Okay. Oh, speedy elves.
Mm.
All right, now it's the giant owl's turn. It is not particularly thrilled with this creature trying to stop it from eating melons, and that's really all it's looking to do. Angrily, crazily eat melons until there are no more melons left. So it is going to attack the thing attacking it. It will miss. Then it will try to... it took a swipe with its claw. It will try to do it again. That time, it will roll a 19. So it will definitely hit. Its die was a 19, plus its inscrutable mods for some decent damage there. And with its last action, it will use its grab ability to grab the serpentine creature in its claw. So basically, this thing pounced out of the water at it. It missed. It got swatted off to the side. The owlbear made one claw attack, which the serpent avoided, and with its second claw attack, it snatched it out of the water by its throat, and it's just like holding it kind of away from its face.
Yeah.
And it's screaming in its face like melons or whatever the owlbear says. I don't know. Probably.
Oh yeah, melons.
It's the
Oh,
Kool-Aid man.
no.
All right. The hyena, which is left, doesn't think that fighting the chicken's probably a good idea.
I'm just gonna
there's
move
a lot
this
of
scene so I can see.
chaos.
Sorry.
That's fine. Yep. Thank you. So this hyena, a lot of chaos and commotion. It's not really interested in any of this, so it's going to try to just get out. 2, 3. And go back to its little food hut and hope no one bothers it in there. And the other hyena is the dead.
No.
Pythagoras, you are up.
He raises his arms up like Kermit the Frog and starts moving this direction very quickly.
Okay.
With the whole like flailing.
And using my
Okay.
third move to continue. Move, move, move! I'll stop there.
Yeah, you moved. That makes sense.
Yep.
Ret, so how you feeling?
I'm getting some
Sean?
rest finally. At least
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah, nothing
You
wrong
know.
with that. All right. enough about you. Let's talk about chickens. So this chicken isn't super interested in this giant fucking lobster, but it is wondering where its prey went. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Look around. It sees Nasreen. 5, 6, 7. And with its last action, it will try to peck at you.
Ooh, okay. I don't think dying affects my AC at all.
But it's pecking at me, so you should be fine.
Yes, it is pecking at Nisreen.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Does a 26 hit you?
Yes, it does. Not critically so, but yes, it does.
Okay. It does 1 damage because it can't do negative damage, and make a fortitude save.
All right. Get ready to scoop the little guy out of my hands, Renal.
11. So that is a failure, but not a critical failure. So you become slowed 1.
Okay. Which means I take 2 actions instead of 3, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to put a little -1 here. Remember, that's for your actions.
Got it.
You hear the sound of chittering, happy enraged chittering from your north. And Nasreen, that would bring it to you.
She's going to move across with Ret in her arms. She will ask Renel, can you carry him?
No. Already tried.
Okay.
Too big.
Yeah,
You just gotta deal with the cock.
too big.
You just gotta turn and do it.
Okay, she will gently put Ret down next to Renel so Renel can protect him. And she will turn back to the cockatrice and say, okay, that is enough, chicken. You cannot have my friends. And she will attack for non-lethal damage.
Okay.
19.
19. Well, that's a hit.
Cool. Take
Oh,
7 bludgeoning damage.
Oof. This is one tough chicken. I did not appreciate that, but it doesn't look like you've eaten too much of its pizza, if you know what I mean. And that'll be your 2 actions. 1 to put Ret down without hurting him, and 1 to punch the cockatrice in the face.
Yep.
And you are no longer slowed.
Cool.
The cockatrice does not have battle medicine.
No, I don't care about the cockatrice. I meant anyone
coming
on my
for you.
team have battle medicine.
Battle
It's
what?
Basile.
Battle
Right now.
medicine.
Right now, you're up.
No, I understand the battle, but what's medicine?
It's
Fair
sad
enough.
because it's true.
Yep.
The electric arc worked somewhat last time, so I'm gonna cast it again on the cockatrice.
Okay.
So it needs to make a reflex save.
Okay. 29.
Good lord.
Okay, so that critically succeeds, so it takes no damage.
I feel like my roll 20 dice are way better when I'm the GM.
Aha!
I can give you some bad dice. Would you like some
okay.
bad dice?
Sure. I mean,
Okay.
you guys want me to have some bad dice.
Can I use medicine in combat if I don't have any healing skill?
So you can either use battle medicine, which can be used in combat, or you can use a medicine kit and take 10 minutes to heal someone. It's only 100 rounds, so it's up to you.
There is a medicine kit on my in my bag, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I choose not to do that.
Okay, so
Fair
you have
enough.
one action left.
And I could drag him, I remember.
Sure. You can drag him, let's say, half your speed.
I know what I'm doing. I'm going to reach into my little pouch. And I keep all my sling bullets in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna throw them all over the ground right over here. Aiming for over here by the feather monster.
Okay, so you just toss your bag of sling bullets in that direction, and they spit
I
out
was just
on
gonna
the
do
ground.
a handful. I didn't want to do the whole bag. Just throw a handful
Okay.
of lead stuff at it.
Okay. And how many sling bullets do you carry?
It's a full pouch. I carry 10, so it would probably be 5 that I threw.
Okay. So you toss 5 in that general direction.
Mhm.
They go over the wall. You're hoping they went the right spot.
Yep.
And that will bring it to the serpent creature's turn. The serpent creature is going to attack the owlbear, who has it grappled. So it gives it the grabbed condition. Sean, tell us about grabbed.
Grabbed. Sorry, there we go. You are held in place by another creature, giving you the flat-footed and immobilized conditions. Flat-footed is a -2
AC.
circumstance penalty to your AC. Immobilized means you can't use any actions with the move trait. If
Okay.
you attempt a manipulate action while grabbed, you must succeed at a DC 5 flat check or it is lost. Roll the check after spending the actions, but before any effects are applied.
All right. So the serpent creature sinks its fangs into the arm of the owlbear holding it.
No.
Its black, foamy-mouthed fangs. And the owlbear does not appreciate that. Then it will try it again. It will miss. And it will try it again, because what else is it going to do? I'll let it stuck here. And it will miss again, but not critically. So, one hit, no critical misses. At that point, the owlbear will not appreciate any of that. It will scream in its face again, and it will attempt to. It looks like it's trying to disembowel the snake with its mouth.
Yummy.
He wants to free the penguins.
Yeah, it's all about the penguins,
Yeah.
baby.
I mean, they're both birds.
It's true. So it will hit, and the snake will have to make a saving throw, which it will fail. And I would say the snake looks green, but it always looks green. So, okay. It will try it again, because I don't know why it wouldn't. At that point, it will not hit with its second beak attack. And with its third... it will also not hit. But I forgot to do damage on the first strike, so there's damage. Okay. If you could see the snake, it looks like it's going limp. But it's still thrashing about a little bit. The hyena is back to hiding and chowing down. Pythagoras, what you got?
Alrighty, so she's turned to stop and fight this thing, so I'm going to go 10, 15, 20 to get a better view. I'm going to reload my crossbow and I'm going to fire. I believe I still have a negative from the fatigue, but still I'll fire my crossbow at it.
Okay. Right, it's -1, I think, to
Yep.
stuff.
Alright, so that is an 18 then instead of a 19, which I think misses by 1.
It does. So close.
So tired. so tired. And I'm done.
All right. Ret, you dream a nice dream
My
about a
little
warren
rat
full of...
legs kick a little bit.
Yeah. Aw, you're like a dog. Then it's the cockatrice's turn. It did not appreciate getting punched in the face. That's the first time I think anybody's hit it at all. So it's going to squawk at you, Nisreen.
Okay.
And it's going to try to beak you. Okay, so the dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
Yay!
What's your roll?
I rolled a number, which doesn't matter because the die is a natural 1.
Excellent.
Well, that sounds like it does matter, actually. It sounds like it
Yeah.
really matters.
Mhm.
And
Well,
it's a
the
named
total
character, isn't it?
doesn't matter. What's that?
It's a named character, isn't it?
It is.
So
It
it gets
is.
starred.
It does. It does damage to itself instead of the target. On the receiving end. Actually, no. There is melee and there's unarmed. And technically, it is unarmed. So it's, instead of on the receiving end, instead of doing 2 damage to itself, it gets the head meet wall crit fail. You are stunned 1. So it goes to attack Nisreen. Apparently it clips itself on the post here. No, you cannot steal my card.
Sorry, I was just looking at it.
It is.
And it is. And it clips its head on the post. It kind of staggers for a second. It will lose its second action, and its third action, it will glare at you and try to attack again. Does a 21 hit you?
It does.
And again, it does 1 damage because it can't do negative damage.
Okay, and you want me to roll fortitude again?
I do. I'd appreciate it.
25.
That's enough.
Take that.
Well,
Nisreen is having none of this.
nah. Not about it.
So as the chicken pathetically pecks at your legs, because it is small, it is not impressive with its attacks. You hear some more chittering and rustling and voracious clattering of mandibles. And Nisreen, you're up.
Nisreen will turn to her compatriots and say, I was holding it off while you all would run. Why are you back here?
We can't run with the rat. None of us are strong enough.
Damn it!
We
She...
also have to keep the animals in the zoo from attacking the populace.
Self-contained, making a border a couple streets down should be fine. Let's move.
Cool. She will turn back to the cockatrice. It is small, right?
Correct.
And what was this exactly again?
That is a ticket booth.
Cool. She's going to scoop up the cockatrice while it's stunned. What check do you need me to do?
So you could do a grapple check. That would be athletics to try to grab it. It's not stunned. It's still aware. It just lost one of its actions last turn.
22.
22. And I believe that's against what? Is it fortitude or reflex DC?
Guess reflex.
That'll beat it.
Excellent. She will lift it. I don't know if that is another thing. Is that
I
another?
don't think so.
That's not another action within the
There's
same thing.
no real
You want to
level
move
one
it, right?
pick things and move them around other than pushing them. I think, right, Sean?
That's correct. You can shove it with an athletics act.
I just want to pick him up
Shove. Okay.
and put him in here.
Well, there's bars here. You can't just. There's not a space for a whole large chicken to fit through.
Okay.
No.
I don't want to eat the chicken. Good lord.
Throw him out there.
Fine, I'll do that then. I'll yeet the chicken to the owlbear. What do I need to roll for that?
So that's an athletics check as well. Correct, Sean? Shove?
25.
That's enough. So how does that work with shove? Is it 5
Is that
per?
a regular? Yes. Is it a regular success or a critical?
It's regular.
So 5.
If it's reflex. Well, either way,
Fortitude
it's
DC.
Fortitude DC would be 18, so it's still not a critical, but it's a success.
So you push your opponent back 5 feet. You can stride after it, but you must move the same distance.
Sure, I'll move after it.
Okay.
And I think that would be it.
You grabbed it, you pushed it, you still have one action left.
I'll try to intimidate it. Okay. I'll
So that
say
would
to it.
be... Sorry, go ahead.
I'll try to intimidate it and say, "You stay here, enough! Stop trying to eat my friends! This is no good to you." Take the lower number since that was rolled first, a 9.
Okay. The chicken does not seem to be intimidated by your yelling at it.
Okay.
It's now a little disoriented from being shoved into a ticket booth, but other than that, it doesn't seem to be scared. Raynell, you're up.
I'm going to cast Electric Arc on the Feather Lobster.
You're going to cast it on the feather lobster who's joyfully eating your sling bullets instead of the cockatrice who was trying to peck your friend to death?
I don't think I can damage the... I mean,
I'm just asking. You can do whatever you want.
I'm going to try for the Feather Lobster.
Okay.
So, reflex on the
Hey.
lobster.
27.
It takes no damage. And then with my final action, I'm going to take a crowbar out of my backpack.
Okay. All right. So the serpent will attempt to bite the bear, or giant owl, if you will. It will hit. Yes, it will hit and barely not crit. Barely, yes, haha. And then let's do a fortitude save. Oof. Owlbear crushes it, critically succeeds, screams in the snake's face, and the snake will try to attack again. It will snap in the air, and it will try to attack one last time, and it will critically fail. And it is a named creature. So we'll see how bad it hurt itself. Tiring attack. You are fatigued. So it knows the pain of Pythagoras of being tray tired. And it can't take any exploration actions.
I'm sure I'm going to explore this pond.
Yeah, I was gonna defend or pass without trace, whatever it's called, the avoid notice. That's what it is. And that will bring it to our favorite friendly neighborhood owlbear's turn, who once again tried to make the snake's in trails its out trails. Woof, and it will critically succeed at doing so. Heart shot. Oh, this is such a waste. Triple damage. And also, the target takes 1d4 persistent bleed damage. So, what you guys see, or what probably Nisreen sees, is the owlbear just kind of reaches into the the body of the snake and just starts ripping its insides out. And the snake does go limp, and more blood and viscera comes to the water. And the owlbear will spend the remainder of its turn trying to search for this freaking melon that was thrown over here, while the penguin attempts to not have a heart attack.
Sorry, did the owlbear just Kalima the snake?
Pretty much, yeah. It's got an attack. Owlbears have an attack called Gnaw, where if it's grappled you, it can try to basically just rip your insides out with its mouth.
Boy.
The mechanical effect of that is it makes you sickened, which isn't a huge deal. But critting for triple damage, it just did 21 damage to a character who had 7 hit points left. So that snake's real dead. Real very much dead.
Great. Yet another animal that we should have been protecting, I'm supposing, and yep.
It is unfortunate, but the owlbear is also not murdering you guys, and neither is the snake, so it might be what needed to happen for this to, resolve with everybody surviving. The hyena will continue to cower. Pythagoras, that brings it to you.
Alrighty, so let's see here.
You are fatigued. You are bamboozled or discombobulated or something like that.
Yep. I'm going to. I guess I can't really prepare an action to move or anything like that. I'll just, start to skedaddle because I think that's the game plan is that we're going to pick him up and go. So. And
that might be the plan. Nisreen's still, fisticuffing the chicken. And ultimately, your goal to protect the populace is not going to hold on real well if you cannot stop them from exiting, which is probably going to happen very soon.
The exit is through the direction that we are, though. It's not through down here, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Nisreen is standing at the exit to the zoo. Beyond that is the city.
Oh, so all this is just open air and things of that sort.
Yeah.
Are these all just tents or any of these like carts or something like that?
The ones there are tents. And then to your west are more solid buildings. And then this here is a cart.
But it's as big as the other one, not very movable for us.
Correct. For a small creature especially.
Well, I'll just begin grabbing boxes and barrels here as part of one of my actions and use one of my actions for movement. And I'll start trying to toss a bunch of the stuff in front of the opening here to try to begin to shore up this to try to barricade them inside this thing.
Okay. So you do start putting boxes there, but you also realize that the owlbear is much stronger than you. So if you can move a box, it can probably also move the same box.
Oh yeah, figure that. It's just a matter of trying to move as much crap as possible. I figured it'd take all 4 of us to all 3 of us to probably do it at some point.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Ret, your legs kick. You think about ratty things. And at that point, it would be the cockatrice's turn, this overgrown chicken. But I do see by the ticking of the clock that brings us to 4 o'clock.
Yep.
Which is our end for today. Hopefully, not the end of these characters. But you've all survived one more adventure. And we'll pick this up
Hi.
again on October 31st, Halloween.
Ooh,
Same
the
bad
spookiest
channel.
day of the year.
Yes, the spookiest day of the year. Same bad time, same bad channel. We'll be here at Twitch. Yes, twitch.tv/crackeddie at 1 p.m. Eastern time to 4 p.m. Eastern, Halloween, October 31st. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see
Thank
you next
you.
time.
See y'all.
See ya.
Bye. Oh, are we rating anyone?
That's what I was
Guess
going to
so.
ask, but
Who should we raid?
I don't know. I didn't have a chance to look yet.
Okay. Well, I can continue to flap my mouth. So, Sean,
Yes.
you have had some time to look at some books, ostensibly. What are you thinking about for your next character, if and when Ret dies?
I have already built them. I am very excited.
Mm.
They will be a gnome. I'm going to
Mhm.
reprise my gnomishness.
Mm.
And I'm thinking, what makes every police agency / Edgewatch, agency
Mhm.
better? And that is a psychic detective.
Oh.
Checks
like
out.
Psych?
Yes.
Another
sure.
great show.
That-
Was on USA. Now it's on Peacock Network. None of these are sponsors. I don't care too much. They're not.
So we're going to be rating
So-
Heavyweight Gaming.
All right.
Ooh,
They
Let's
are
raid.
also playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Oh, good.
ooh, I wonder what they're playing.
The correct edition. Now,
Rip.
I guess.
Anywho, if you do want to say your goodbyes now, let us do so.
All right.
Okay.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you next time.
Thanks.
See ya.
They are